Hi, chat. Hello, hello. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Noah, thank you so much for the 42-month resub. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. What the heck? That is such a long time. Please enjoy all your subby perks for a whole month more. Let me see who got first crew as well. Yule, Helpful Weirdo, Faye, Esther, and Capricorn. Congratulations for snatching one of the first 5. I hope you guys enjoy your part of the cool crew today. Yule, welcome in. Esther, welcome in. Felipe, welcome in. Helpful Weirdo, welcome in. Mel's, welcome in. Yule, thanks for cheering me on. Light, welcome in. So, welcome in. Mary, welcome in. Capricorn, welcome in. Thomas, welcome in. Faye, welcome in. Flat, welcome in. Moonlight, welcome in. What about Cats, welcome in. Jess, welcome in. Joe, welcome in. Noah, welcome in. Miriam, welcome in. Courier, welcome in. Irene, welcome in. Camilla, welcome in. Hopeful Weirdo, thank you so much for the 65 stream streak. Let's freaking go. Tac2C, welcome in. Bloomstead, welcome in. Lindsay, welcome in. Christopher, welcome in. Sarah Nell, welcome in. Hello, hello. Don't remind me on how much money I spent. We'll just not talk about it. It's our little secret. Also, Sarah Nell, welcome in, and Lindsay, welcome in, and Sage, welcome in. I hope you guys are doing so well. Hold on, I feel like I need to sneeze. I don't know. Nope. I went outside and now my nose is itchy. Lizzie, welcome in and thank you so much for cheering me on. I appreciate it. I quickly ran to the supermarket after stream and I cooked dinner and now I'm so ready for a chill building stream. How was everyone's weekend? How are you guys doing? I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you had a lovely day today. I know that I hung out with a bunch of you on co-working, so I guess I know how some of your days were. You're on your way getting a new badge. Let's go, let's go. But unpacking a little to the left. Ooh, nice. Oh, those are such satisfying games. I loved playing both so much. They are very, very, very chill. You were stuck at a noisy family birthday. Ugh. Was it one of those kringverjaardagen? Started playing It Takes Two with your boyfriend. Love that. Oh, how do you find the game? I have the game. I still haven't played it. Um, Also, Rose, welcome in. And Felipe, thank you so much for the 100 stream streak. Let's freaking go. Sausage and cheese. It was a cursed kringverjaardag. Oh no. Oh no, not one of those. So this is something that I remember finding out that kringverjaardagen or like circle birthdays are a Dutch thing. I did not know, obviously, because when you grow up with it, that's just normal. But at Dutch birthdays, we like sit in a circle, and there's like food and drinks in the middle of the table. But there's like some typical snacks, and I think every Dutchie hates kringverjaardag, and somehow we still do them. At least I've never met a Dutchie who likes them. Also, QX, welcome in. It's good to see you. I hope you're doing well. They just went live a few minutes before. Ooh, let's go. Yeah, the NASA batch is pretty cool. I've been really loving seeing like all the updates from the Artemis 2. I'm not even that much into like space or anything. But it's just a really cool event. It's just what's the alternative? A staattafelverjaardag? No, that's a tuin barbecue. Or een tuinborrel, excuse me. Een burenfeestje. I also find it a bit weird. Oh, yes. That is very strange. If you go to a Dutch birthday, you have to congratulate every single person in the room. You don't just say congratulations to the person who has their birthday. No, you have to go around the circle and be like, congratulations with this and this person's birthday. Congratulations with your cousin's birthday. Congratulations with your kid's birthday. Congratulations with your, like, it is very weird. I also hate it. Also, I'm doing the handshake, but usually you always have those people that force like the 3 kisses. I'm like, please don't. I hate it. Nobody does the circle thing here anymore. Oh, see, you guys are in the future. I feel like it's also specific types of people that still do the circle thing, as in like specific types of families. Because Because I mean, at my birthday, we somehow always end up in a circle, but that's not really because I purposely make it a circle. That's just because I have an L-shaped sofa and then my window. So that already kind of puts us in like half a square. And then people will just kind of either sit on the floor or grab a chair. And then it ends up being a circle, but it's like somewhat unintentional. And also, is that it's definitely not your typical circle verjaardag. Just exactly. I wish I could just wave and smile. Just be like, I actually do this quite often. I'll just be like, "Hi, happy birthday, everyone! Yay!" Like, please don't do me the three kisses. Ugh, no. Um, my face when I went to a funeral, thought someone died. What fly do you want? Best worst day ever. That's wild, but honestly, I love it. Like, I mean, if you die, I've never really understood this. Like, if you're dead, why would you want your family to suffer even more? Like, if your family's gonna be at your funeral, at least have the decency to serve them good food. You're already dead anyways. You don't need your money anymore. No, without shits and giggles, honestly, I would love fly at my funeral. You know, just let people have good food. My grandma passed away. My partner was weirded out. There was just cake and no fly. Yeah. And also, it's the worst cake. Like, okay, I'm also just not really a cake lover. Also, with cake, we mean Dutch cake. It's a very specific type of cake. It's not just like any cake because, like, a chocolate cake is good. But this is like a very specific, it's like almost like a square, like a long square, very dry. Even if it's baked well, I still think it's very dry. I've had people tell me, no, but like my sister makes the best one. And then I taste the one from their sister and I'm like, it's still cake. It's disgusting. And then I don't know. I don't get why people do that to themselves. Um, we all had worstenbroodjes. Love that. Like honestly, that sounds so much better because worstenbroodjes are good. Um, we had sandwiches and fly at our funeral. See, some people understand it. Some people like just have good food. um, just have some good food. I like it. I learned this. I did not know about this, but I have a coworker of mine who, or an ex coworker. Obviously, I no longer work there, but an ex coworker and her partner is from Suriname, and then their one of their parents passed away, which obviously is like a pretty rough event because you know losing one of your parents, I feel like is I think for a lot of people one of the most difficult things to process. And she told me about a tradition within Suriname culture where after someone passes, like if you can do a funeral or whatever, but after that you basically gather at the person's home. You have a whole bunch of really nice food and you have like a very extensive dinner in their house. And then you basically just like reminisce about that person and you tell like all kinds of stories and you like I don't know just look at things in their house and talk about what you remember about them and like I don't know like look at their bookcase and talk about a book that they've recommended you at one point or like I don't know look at their photos and stuff like that and like really basically make it a whole evening where together you're celebrating that person's life. And I thought that was really lovely because one there's good food and two you're like together going through that process of you know being in someone's place for the first time after they've passed, you know, talking about them and their belongings and their life and their experiences and everything that you have with them. And I thought that was very lovely. Exactly. Yeah. It sounds very like it very much sounds like a good step in like processing grief together. It really creates that sense of like togetherness in that sadness. Um, so yeah, I really like that. Like that sounds lovely. Um to be honest, the only reason I went is because that family can actually bake. They had Key West lemon pie. Ooh, that sounds good. Oh, I love that. See, okay, at least they had good food then. You don't eat at all at funerals in Brazil. Do you eat afterwards, or is it just like everyone eats on their own? It's not like a shared thing that you do. Um, you actually had sausage roll for lunch. Oh, I love that for you. See, those are just so good. They're like a guilty pleasure to them. Um, Also, while we're talking about this, do you guys want to open some tea? Not at all. Interesting. Speaking of foods and drinks, do you guys want to open the next tea thingy? because I made a cup of hot water, but I need to obviously make it into tea before it cools down too much. Also, Senator, welcome in, and thanks for cheering me on. And Noisy, welcome in. And Cuckoo, welcome in. And Frazo, welcome in. I hope you guys are doing so well. We can open another. Yeah, so the thing is, I have 24. I counted. I have like 30 streams. So on some days, I wouldn't be able to do it, but like I accidentally forgot it on Friday. So I won't be able to do 2 every single day. Like I stream on less than 24 days, but some days I stream twice. So it's like we have more than 24 individual streams, but we also have less than 24 days. So I can at least open one every single day. But then I forgot it on Friday. So then I was like, I really want to do a second one today because the rest of the week is going to be pretty warm. So then I probably will be less in the mood for tea. Okay, let's open the third one. It's in this corner over here. I'm very curious about this one. This one says, "You foolish little beast." But that's a quote from the book. I don't know what it will say on the little label. So this morning we had rooibos with chocolate. Let's see what it says on the label. Oh no, it just says it on in the box. Sorry, I keep forgetting. It doesn't say it on the label. It just says it on the box. So the hint is, "You foolish little beast." Smelling tea really doesn't do anything. That does smell like another rooibos though. I feel like a tea sniffer. Also, Alma, welcome in. Thanks for cheering me on. And Linux, welcome in. It is good to see you. And Soda Stone, thank you so much for the 19-month resub. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate it. Please enter all your subby perks for a whole month more. That is such a long time already. Also, Lilith, welcome in. It is good to see you. And Wasabi, welcome in. It's good to see you as well. Okay, this is definitely not rooibos. I think it's a green tea. Hi, Jay. Welcome in. Wait, is it today? Are they doing the moon flyby today? That is exciting. Also, hi, Transit Biker. Welcome in. You're home on your couch. How was your Easter celebration today, Jane? Yes. Oh, then I kind of want to have it open too. Just to like see it. Are they live streaming that? I actually haven't watched any. Oh my god, there's 74,000. Yo, that's crazy. That's insane. There is 74,000 people watching this. Listen, I've seen a lot of people watching the same stream, but I don't think I've ever seen this many people in a stream. That's crazy. Also, that chat is going so fast. What the hell? Quick, stream another space. Yeah, I'll just do a little space flight mission. No, but that's really cool. Wait, another 2,000? What the sorry. Another almost 300,000 on YouTube. That's insane. Wait, I should follow them. I actually don't know why. They were at TwitchCon last year. They usually have a booth at the US TwitchCon. It's pretty cool. And you can go talk to them. I mean, again, I'm not like a huge space person, so I would not really know what to do. Oh my god, they're at 80,000 now. This is crazy. Like, again, I it's just wild. Wait, what? NASA was at TwitchCon last year with a booth. And you can like go talk to them about becoming an astronaut and stuff. It's really cool. Also, I will check it out after stream, Looney. I don't check Discord when I'm streaming. Because then the amount of requests for me to check stuff in Discord kind of gets overboard. But I'll definitely check it. I'll definitely check it after stream. So thanks or in the break. I can check it on the break as well. But I'm already excited. Also, Molly, welcome in. It's good to see you. And Nuts, welcome in. It's good to see you. They'll probably hit a 100K. Yeah, for sure. I can totally see them hitting 100K. They're already at 82,000. But they're doing like actual commentary and everything. Because I was on the road. I hope travel was smooth. This is cool though. I like it. Okay, you know what? We'll just watch another stream on stream today. We'll just sit here and watch the moon. The European Space Agency has an open dag. Wait, really? That's actually kind of cool. I might want to go at one point. Living in South Africa has some great benefits. Let me guess. You saw zebras today. The launch viewers was so crazy. I can imagine. I mean, the launch has been all over my timeline. Of course I want to know something fun. I always want to know something fun. Okay. I'm going to try my tea. You bought a Switch too? Oh my God. I'm jelly, but very happy for you. Did you get Pokopia or another game? That is very exciting. I love that for you. I still don't have it. I'm actually kind of proud of myself that I still haven't bought it. Oh, this is definitely a green tea. Watch me get it wrong again. I've got all of the tea flavors wrong so far. Burst of happiness. Oh, it's green tea with flavors of grapefruit and aloe vera. I can actually taste the grapefruit. Aloe vera, not so much, but also I don't really know what I'm supposed to taste. Like, I don't know what aloe vera is supposed to taste like. You're only waiting for Pair Lives. Same. Oh my God, I am so excited. But that's next month already. Can you believe it? That's literally next month, end of next month. I am so excited for it. You have no idea. I'm just like, I've been saying this like so many times, like just mentally, I am so much trying to not like get overhyped because I'm just afraid, like it's an indie game. It's an early access release. It's a small team making this. I feel like a lot of people, I don't know, will have super high expectations. So I'm just really trying to stay realistic and also enjoy the game for the game itself instead of trying to compare it to other games, which I think is going to be really hard. Like it's going to happen naturally. Like obviously that's just we are humans. We're hardwired to compare things and find patterns in things. So I think even if you're conscious about it, it's still going to happen. But I really just want to properly give it the chance to, shine on its own. But I'm very excited. Also, just a question about the NASA stream. It says Apollo record, 0 hours, 35 minutes, and 40 seconds. Is that like when they're going to pass how far Apollo has gone? AKA, then they're officially the furthest space mission with humans? I think so. Yeah. Okay. That's how I was interpreting it, but I was like, I'm not entirely sure. And play games in early access often. That is really good. That like if you're going in it with nothing else than just it's a pretty game, I think then you're so solid. Also they're almost at 90,000 viewers right now. Oh yeah, it says in the pinned message. Oh, look at me being a streamer actually reading things on other people's streams. That is crazy though. Like in 34 minutes, there's going to be 4 humans who have gone further than anyone else ever has. Isn't that wild? Genuine question for you guys. Do you think space is scarier or the ocean? I want to do a quick poll for this because I'm actually curious. Hold on. What is scarier? Space, ocean. I'm going to start that poll. There we go. Did you see the zero gravity buddy they have? No, I haven't. I have seen a video about how to roll a dice in space. That was actually really cool. She like the lady actually brought a 20 dice because she's apparently also a D&D player, and she talks about how she can roll a dice in space and like how to use zero gravity to roll a dice and like how to catch it to check the number and stuff. It was actually really fun. Oceans, because isn't that insane that we've discovered less of oceans than we have of space? Like, what do you mean? If your orbit is correct, you'll get back to Earth either way. True. But the concept of black holes, true. See, I think I'm scared of both. But the thing is, I have been in the ocean and I had a panic attack in the ocean because it's really scary. And that wasn't even that deep. I could still see the floor of the ocean. So the fact that I was already that scared, only being there, I think I would be less scared of space. Which is probably completely unreasonable because I think if I go to space, I'm also going to be really scared. Kerbal Space Program to play is next month. Okay. Good to know. Good to know. Also, Henriette, welcome in. I hope you're doing well. And Chris, welcome in. It's good to see you as well. I hope you're doing good as well. Okay, they've passed the 90,000 viewers. It's really clear that people really want to see this like important moment in history. Also, Nifliora, welcome in. It's good to see you. I hope you're doing so well. That is true. I do agree. I feel like if you go like deep into space, I think the views are prettier than when you go deep into the ocean. Okay, so many of you actually said ocean. Big disagree. But if you go deep into the ocean, you know how scary the view gets? Have you seen like deep sea fish? Those are scary. Those like look like monsters. Like, I don't know. Deep sea fish scare the living crap out of me. Lots of first on this mission chat. Historic is not enough to describe. Isn't it wild, by the way? Just random thought. When Apollo went to the moon, you would see it in the newspaper days and days later. Like there would be a photo. Took a while. And now we can watch it live. Like, imagine going back in time and telling the people that are on the Apollo, like, one, it's going to take a long time before people are going to do this again. So, you know, this is how special we are. And two, the next time people are going to do this, people will be able to watch it live from the comfort of their own homes. Wait, was it live as well? Could you watch it on TV? How live was, as in like live, or if you had a TV? Actually, now that you mentioned this, I did know this because I remember there's a scene in The Crown where Queen Elizabeth is watching. So I knew this. I just had forgotten it selectively. That's wild though. Like the fact that I'm already impressed by this now, the fact that he did it back then as well is even weirder. Are more claustrophobic, while people scared of space are more fear of big empty space. Not yeah. Okay. That actually makes sense. Interesting. Yeah, I definitely relate to that. So that you're actually explaining that in a very sensible way to me. They're now also taking high quality photos looking that was actually what? No. You're telling me that the photo from Earth was taken on an iPhone 17? No way. That can all be no. That must have been a good camera. There's no other way. Now it's 4K. That's true. That is true. I'm looking at my newspaper and they have a picture of Earth from Artemis. Yeah, I've seen that photo as well. Because that is also the first time that people have been able to see the entire Earth in a long time. Which is also wild. Like, it just blows my mind. Absolutely bonkers. Like, again, I'm not even that much into space. Imagine telling that would be wild. Yeah. Just in general, if you think about technological advancements, like since Apollo and now, that's kind of wild. Like so much has changed. Like Thomas was saying, like you had to have a TV, which wasn't standard. Supposedly, they're supposed to be boots on the moon in 20. As in, you mean this mission? Um. Wait, really? That is so funny, Starship. But Apple better sponsor them. No, that's what I was saying, Thomas. I was like, is it gonna take them until 2027 to get there? I don't know anything about distance. Or like how that works. I don't know. Yeah, okay, so part of this program is landing on the moon, just not this specific mission. Fair enough. I was already like, what do you mean? It's gonna I genuinely thought you meant it was gonna take them until 2027, and I was like, that doesn't feel right. But then I was like, I don't know. Who am I? I literally just said it like 6 times. I don't know that much about space, so who knows? Maybe. Could have been. Could have been. You never know. Also, the ads are gonna run very soon, and then I'm gonna start up The Sims. I will keep the NASA stream open though, because I'm actually low-key kind of invested. No, exactly. Like, I was literally thinking this, Starship. I was like, how does that even work? Did they reach 100K? Oh, for me, it still says 97. For me, it still says 97. But yeah, it's clearly, I mean, obviously a lot of people are going to be watching this, which is so fair. Like, I get that. It's a big moment. It's a really big moment in history. Wait, really? Oh yeah, now it refreshed. Now it says 101. Twitch view numbers are weird. Take 30 days and wants to do a moon landing currently early. Oh, okay, so it moved even. Based on the progress of the landers, I don't think it will be 2028. You think it'll be later? Wait, what? That's crazy. That's crazy. The water will be someone's coffee later. See, that's the thing. There's a couple of things about space missions that I just don't want to think about too much. Like, let them be on paper, but not in my brain. You know, let them just, yeah. Also, Thomas, I have to tell you something. Okay, this is very specific, but for anyone who was here last week, you'll remember. So, I don't know why this came up at my family's Easter brunch, but we talked about the nickname Wipmolen, or specifically Wipmolentje. And then my mom, dead ass, no blinking, like straight face, goes, oh, so then you can say to someone, ga jou eens even lekker polderen. I am scarred for life. Dutch, yes. Also, Mono, welcome in. I hope you're doing well. So, to give some context, because I feel like the non-Dutchies have to understand this as well, because it was that bad. So I actually don't know how to translate the word polderen. Very random, I know. Hold on. Draining water upwards to places. Yeah, but that doesn't work in that joke. If I tried to translate it, it just says polders, which I don't think is correct. But yeah, basically it means to drain water upwards to another place, basically creating a drought somewhere else, or at least have a lot less water. And the nickname that Thomas used last week, Wipmolentje, that's a specific type of mill that is used to polder, to actually like drain the water away. And obviously this was like a weird nickname to use for, you know, your loved one. And then my mom was like, oh, then you can say, like, my mom tried to use it in a very sexual context. I think that's enough that you need to know. I think that'll do the trick. And it was terrible. So yeah, like, just so you know, that was my family Easter brunch. Um, So I just wanted to let Thomas know that he caused mayhem twice now without his intention being to cause mayhem. I thought I caused enough therapy with the mass Rhine stuff. Yeah, you did. And now this. And now this. I mean, it was a good joke. I have to give it to my mom. She was very quick-witted with that one. She like didn't even take a second to think about it. She just blurted it out, which I respect. Yes. Oh my god. Enjoy your lurk. Enjoy your burger. That sounds very good. Thank you so much for the lurk. I appreciate that. Also, don't you guys also find it very strange that I'm streaming? It's like an evening stream. It's almost 8 p.m. where I am, and it's like light. It's like so bright out. Noah. Well, see, that sounds about right. Of course you get quoted. I mean, what did you expect? Of course you did. Duh. Very much needed. Yeah. I was very much done with the very short days and the darkness. I'm like intensely ready for summer. I just want to have sunshine, and I'm actually so excited. I saw it's going to be 19 degrees with full sunshine on Wednesday. I have my potato day on Wednesday. I'm going to sit outside and read in the sun. That's what I'm going to be doing on Wednesday. I also have to do just like a couple of other things. I have to do my household chores and some like something I can't talk about yet, but I have to do that on Wednesday. And then after that, I'm going to sit in the sun and read my book. I'm so jelly. I'll send you some sunshine. I promise. Oh, he's done that as well, Thomas. No worries. It's both. Only got 15. We have 15 here today. Maybe the sunny weather just is like a little later for you, Jay. I hope that you get it though. It's nice. It's already gonna be too hot next month. Well then, enjoy this month for you, Nymphlyra. Enjoy. Ew, snowing in April? Disgusting. Should be forbidden. In 3 weeks, so hopefully. Ooh, I hope so too. That would be really nice if it's gonna be warm. That would be really nice. In a section of the hospital, oof, the emergency room. They don't have good like airco or like ventilation there. Causing chaos in your life is just a side project, just like a little passion project, you know. A few days later, we get 16, but the coldest temperature is always around 0. Yeah. See, that's the thing. For us, it also goes down quite a lot at night. So it does go up, but then at night it's still like 5 degrees or something. So that means that it still gets pretty cold. Like your house still cools down and stuff. But the general area, hell nah. Ugh, I hate that. That sucks. Is that something they're going to improve, or is it just kind of like, whatever, accept it? Accept it. It's onion dressing time. You have to wear lots of layers. What's even more wild is when we eventually do get rid of daytime saving, the sun will... Yeah, that is wild. That is actually wild if you think about it. Fair enough, Noah. Fair enough. Or you don't leave your house. True. You can also do that. Just stay inside. Hold on. I just realized it's not capturing my game just yet. There we go. Let me check if my recording started, because like I said, I want to make it into a video. So I obviously got to make sure that that is happening, because otherwise it would be kind of sad. Seems like it. Today is 6/4. Yeah, it started. Perfect. Oh no, this is a mod. I have a mod to change my home screen because the regular Sims home screen is ugly as fuck and I cannot deal with it. To be fair, the Sims home screen kind of does look like this though. I mean, I basically have one that changes the background. Oh, it's exclamation point Sims mods. Hold on. But if you want to have this one, it is it's not loading screen. Thanks for hanging out, Tactusy. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. I remember last time no, it's not home. I actually don't know what it is. No, I feel 100%. That is super valid. Because then all of a sudden you have to like get back into it. And then you cannot just roll on the momentum you've already built. Was it home? Oh my God. It's menu. There we go. Thank you, Butterfly, for saying refreshed main menu. Because then I was trying to figure out what the command for it was. It was refreshed main menu. And then I made the thing menu. I was like, I remember I set up a command for this, but I just couldn't for the life of me remember it for a second. Okay, so we're going to load into the game. And I'm going to load into my build save. Do you know how many commands you have? No. My bot doesn't tell me, and I don't think I want to know. Too many. Actually, maybe my bot does tell me. Now I'm actually kind of curious. It doesn't tell me, in fact. The answer is too many. Way too many. The thing is, I do clean them up regularly because otherwise there is no way to keep track of them. I guess I could check actually because I have them all on my website. You just get, now I need to know. See, you asked this question and now I'm like, fuck, I want to know how many commands I have. Is this information we really desperately need? No. Do I want to know? Hell yeah. Hold on. Commands. Oh my God. I have this really annoying thing where if I open my Notion, look, this is what it looks like. And it's a bug and I don't know how to fix it. If a page is like public, it will do this stupid split view thing. And then right now, like I can't even see all the things, but because I can also not scroll because this web page is thinking that it's showing in full screen. I think it's a bug in like Opera or Notion browser. It's really fucking annoying. The thing is, most of my pages aren't public, so it's like not a problem. But I have to open my public pages in my Notion app, otherwise it doesn't work. I don't know why that happens. But let me see. I can do a little count. I accidentally just created an empty thingy, I think. Yeah, I did. Hold on. Now, because you ask questions, you make me curious. Now I need to know. Oh, Notion moved the thing where you can have a table count for you, and I always lose it. I literally don't know where they put it. It used to be just at the bottom of a table, and they changed it, and it confuses the hell out of me. I literally don't know where they put it. Because they put it somewhere in the menu, and now I'm like... calculate. I found it. Count all. And then 157. And there's probably a couple of them missing. So let's say that I have about like 165 commands. Yeah. It's a lot. Where were we building again? Oh yeah, in Chestnut Ridge. Those are included in that. Well, I say that. No, actually, the sound commands and the personalized commands. Well, the personalized commands, if they are public, they are included, but the sound commands are not included in that. You're so right. So I would say that at this point, there's about like 80 people who have a sound command. So yeah. But I don't really have to memorize those. Appears normally, so it might be Oprah. Yeah, I'm guessing it's Oprah. I wouldn't be surprised if it is. Okay, so for anyone who hasn't seen this particular shell challenge yet, we made it last week on stream. It is a zebra. This is the shell. If you want to participate, it's on my gallery. You can just download it. It has very basic shell challenge rules. So the only thing is don't touch my walls. Other than that, you can actually add a whole bunch of things. Just don't change the outside walls. You can make indoor floor plans. You can add onto it. You can make roofs, whatever. Just don't change the walls. That's the only rule. Yeah, this is a shell challenge. So it's a zebra. And we have been trying to turn this into a vet clinic or a, I don't know, a ranch for the zebras. Don't touch my walls. Exactly. So this is what I have so far. So we have a nice outdoor space with 2 placeholder horses or 2 placeholder unicorns. And this is where the horses can go out and just like roam free. They can do some horse training, stuff like that. And basically, this is also where they can stay like when they're getting treatment. But when they need to go inside, that's what we're going to work on mostly today. We're going to actually set this up to be a functional vet clinic. So there is 2 parking spots in the front and just like a little entryway and not much else. I think on the outside, we are as good as done with this build. I just wanted to add like, I don't know, some benches or something just to have like some final decor here outside. And then I think it's done and we can actually move on to the inside. Now, one thing I would like to try is I would actually like to try and make this corner here into like a teeny tiny apartment. That might be a little ambitious. I don't know if I'll be able to do that, but it's really convenient if you're playing with a vet clinic or like your own space. It's really convenient to actually have a space for your sim to sleep over or to like do some work. So just like a little office. So yeah, I would like to try and sneak that in there as well. I think the biggest challenge is going to get all the stuff that a vet clinic needs in here to like make it functional. So I might actually start by just grabbing those things and seeing if I can get that done. We need an exam table. Amelie, thank you so much for the 3-month resub. That's a brand new sub badge. Please enjoy it alongside all the other subby perks. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate that so much. And then we need a vet podium. Actually, is that it? And then we have optional, the surgery station. See, I would like to have the optional things as well because that actually does make your vet clinic a lot better. A medicine crafting table. And the vending machines. Okay. Teehee. Brian did not know how to read that properly. Brian got very confused there. Okay. So we're gonna have to do bathrooms in here. I might do that in this little corner over here. I mean, if we have public bathrooms back here, then maybe we don't need to have like a bathroom or like a little also my game is frozen because it's loading. the entire catalog. It always freezes when this happens. There we go. Typical Sims things, really. Well, actually, this is not even really a Sims thing. It's because I'm using Better Build Buy. And then when it's loading the entire catalog, it also needs to load my entire CC. And then it usually starts to glitch a little bit, but that's not really on The Sims. That's definitely very much on me. Okay, these, I like doing toilets on a diagonal because then all of a sudden you have so much space. So we can do toilet plants. We can have our, let's just see, where is the door, the base game door? Here, this one. With the toilet. You just had a crazy thought, tell me. I like crazy thoughts. Toilet plants can double as a toilet brush. That is a crazy thought. Yes. I don't even know what to say to that. I mean, if they can actually make a toilet brush that looks like a toilet plant. The other way around, I can actually see this sort of happening. Like, let's say that you have a toilet brush that looks like a plant. Is that better or worse than the secondhand toilet brush? I think it is equally as bad. It is equally as bad. AKA horrible. That's what you... okay, so that's what you meant. So, like, a toilet brush that would actually be, like, decorative. Okay. I can see that. That is already sitting way... Like, that's making sense to me. Now that you say this, I'm like, yeah, I can see that work, you know? I can see that work. I wonder if I can fit this, and then if Sims can still walk around it. I actually think they might not be able to. How far can I... Okay. That's the furthest I can scoot it into the wall. Yeah, exactly. That's way better than I was thinking as well. Because I was thinking you meant to use a plant as a toilet brush. So then I was like, I'm not really sure how to respond to this. Because that sounds disgusting. But that's not what you meant. Thank God. I was like, why would one do that? Why would you, you know? Like, that was my question, mostly. Why the fuck would you? But that's not what you meant. Yeah, a lot more disgusting. And also, I'm pretty sure not as functional. I don't think your toilet gets very clean if you clean it with a toilet brush. Personally. Just like a thought. I don't think that works very well. I'm looking for the little... This one. The hand sanitizer and the little... There we go. Okay, so now we have bathrooms. Which part do you use to scrub? From the plant? Neither, because I don't think either would make sense. Preferably none. Ideal scenario, don't use a plant. Also, Louisa, welcome in. And thank you so much for the 15 stream streak. And PNG, welcome in. And thank you so much for the 70 stream streak. And Anna, welcome in. And SunSims, welcome in. I hope you guys are doing really well. I feel like I'm kind of tempted to actually use the flooring that came with the Horse Ranch pack. Because after all, this is supposed to be a... Ooh, didn't mean to do that. This is supposed to be... Oh, God. Oh, no. I'll change the lot type because then it goes away instead of having to reload everything. It's such an annoying bug when you accidentally get the outline and for some reason that button is missing at the top. It's just like the question where the giraffe wears their tie on the upper, lower of mid part of their neck. I would say on the upper part. Humans do it too. That depends on whether you have a long or a short neck, Noah. If I were to wear a tie, I'm pretty sure it would be on the upper part of my neck. Also, in 1.5 minutes, Apollo is, or Artemis is going further than Apollo has ever been. Just 1 minute and 15 seconds. That's kind of cool. Blob! You're going to make me blush. What the heck? Thank you so much for the 41 months. That is such a wildly long time. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Please enjoy all your subby perks for a whole month more. How are you doing? It's good to see you. As giraffes are still affected by gravity. But isn't it... Okay, this is going to sound weird. But like, you know, when you wear a choker, it also stays in the middle of your neck, right? So then you can just have a bow tie that works like that and then it just stays up. It doesn't have to fall down. Okay, guys. Sorry. Little intermission in 10 seconds. Oh, they just removed the clock right as I clicked on it. But I guess that's right about now. That is true, Thomas. That is true. Everyone typing in chat. I was here. We were all here as well. But now we're just looking at people in an office, which is also fun. But like, I kind of want to see the spaceship. Because, there we go. Now we're back in space. What if a giraffe were on the Artemis? Where would it... I don't think a giraffe on the Artemis would wear a tie. That feels impractical. But yeah, they now are officially the 4 humans that have gone the furthest. Also, hi Jess. Hello, hello. What that guy is drinking? Tea, coffee, hot chocolate, probably coffee. It does look somewhat uncomfortable to be in space. I agree. But yeah. We were here. We watched it together. It's like, I always feel like moments like that where it's really like monumental always feel just a little underwhelming when you're watching it. You're like, oh my God, this amazing moment. And you're like, okay, you're basically just watching 4 people being crammed in a little space, flying across the moon, which looks the same as it did like 20 seconds before that. So imagine all your organs floating in your body. Well, technically they kind of do that always. I mean, maybe not as freely as when you have 0 gravity, but they are surrounded by blood. And like vessels and everything. They're kind of like just moving in the cavity of your, you know, if you think about it. I think personally I would describe my organs as floating in my body. cents. Thank you so much for the $1.69. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Also, I love it. Hashtag never give up. Never gonna give you up. Never. Okay, no, I won't. I won't rickroll you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I did that. I'm a little bit embarrassed. But thank you so much for the $1.69. Let's go. As being pretty stuck in flexible cobwebs. Can move a little. Yeah, okay. That's maybe a better description. Maybe you're right, Noah. That actually makes more sense. We can use the bookcase door. Feels far too fancy for the shell, but it's kind of cool. Honestly, this door is kind of, I don't know. It feels like kind of like a back office. It kind of matches this door. That's why I like it. Do you want an Apollo fun fact? Yes, of course. Duh. I love this shell. I'm glad you like it. I'm glad. I feel like I'm mostly going to struggle a little bit with what I'm going to put in these very long corners because I'm not really sure. Hold on. At one point, a turd floated around in the capsule and they didn't know whose is. That is actually so funny. I would be such a child about that. But, okay, okay. What happens if you fart in space? Genuine question. I don't know. That's one of the things that can stay on paper, but you don't want it in your head. That's also very fair. I actually, you know what? I might just do this and get that door over here. That feels like a really weird entrance, but then we can actually use this wall to put stuff against. Also, Mara, welcome in. I hope you're doing so well. It is nice to have you. Welcome, welcome. Okay, I said that and then I was like, that does not make any sense to me though. So I don't actually like it. I do think that this should go next to the door over here. And I like the vending machine over here next to the toilet. I'm really trying to figure out this space here. Because, like, as of now, this is a functional vet. So then the door can just be here because that actually works perfectly fine. That doesn't, like, clash with any of the things in the room. You can't really fart in space since you would die before you can fart. So you can only fart in an No, yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Okay, I didn't mean like can you fart in space, but like in, you know, when you're in a spaceship. Like what happens to your fart if you fart at zero gravity? Do you fart faster? Do you fart with like a higher miles per hour? I don't know. Genuine question. Just like my everyday curiosities. Who knows? Like, do you have an increased fart force? Does it smell worse than it would if you farted in normal space? Just like, you know, here on Earth? Or does it smell less? People won't smell. Wait, so people in space don't smell? You think this is the weirdest conversation we've had here? Really? Out of all the things we've talked about, you think talking about farts in space is the weirdest one? Interesting. Interesting. I also wonder if it's like more difficult to poop with zero gravity. You know, like if you have IBS, does it get easier or worse when you're in space? Oh, but not the weirdest. I was already thinking, I don't think this is such a weird conversation. Do you fart faster? Well, I don't know. Also, if you fart in space, do you move forward? Do you like, if you're floating and you fart, do you go like, poot, poot? Like, how does that work? I mean, honestly, that would be so fun. Like, I would have such a great time. It sucks. Like, it literally sucks. Just like, you know, an airplane toilet or. I mean, this is just how my brain works, you know? Someone talks about a flying turd in space, and all of a sudden all my brain can think about is like, okay, but what happens if you fart? What how easy is it to poop? Like, these are the important questions. Like, I don't know if I could go to space because I have tummy issues. You know? So like, I don't know if I could. It's important to know. Okay, also I'm really trying to figure out what I'm going to do with these weird legs here because I already use this as bathrooms. Let's ask the NASA live chat. Can you fart so we can see if you move? Oh God. Yeah. I mean, I do have an ambassador badge, so let's not. You can read about the Artemis toilet. I love that there's like articles about this. There's like someone who spent their entire work week writing an article about the toilet on the Artemis. That's a cool job, man. Like then you really know how to live. Also, I'm trying to figure out what wallpaper I'm going to put on like inside here. And I'm struggling a little bit to pick what I want to do. Maybe just something like this. Like I feel like we need something simple. Wait, the ambassador badge might stand out. The S and EDS, yes, it actually does. It actually does. I don't know what the rest stands for though. If the S stands for space. Do you think it would be nice for the pain through? See, that's what I'm thinking. I don't know. Because with like if you have, for example, if you have arthritis, then gravity is actually really nasty on your joints because it's pulling everything down. But I wonder how that works with EDS because if there is no gravity to hold your body together, I wonder if your EDS potentially gets worse. Because like I don't know. I can just imagine if my shoulder could freely float. For some reason I just have this weird idea that it would just like float out of its joint. And I don't know if that's actually the case. Like I would genuinely be curious what like anti-gravity has as an effect on people with EDS. Rose, someone in 2019 asked an astronaut on Twitter, can flatulence provide propulsion in zero G? And the answer was no, it can't. I love that someone woke up and was like, you know what? Today is the day I'm gonna find out the real answer to this. And also, I genuinely appreciate the astronaut seriously answering. That is some peak behavior. Much appreciated. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna close this on the inside. And then Cuckoo, thank you so much for the 1331. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Can we get some donation hype in chat? Let's freaking go. Thank you so much for making that a beautiful round. 2,450. I think we want, yeah, I would like my joints to be intact. I would very much prefer that. That was a weird blip. You are absolutely right. But you know, you can also experience zero gravity without going to space. Technically. Any more space questions? I can likely find an astronaut. I love that, you know. I appreciate that. Let me think on this. I'll probably come up with a ridiculous question. From your search history, why? You got to wear that proudly. Why would you delete that from your search history? Isn't that something that you want to have in your, like, in your online footprint, so that all of your cookies from now on are going to be influenced by the fact that you searched for exactly that? I don't know. I don't see the problem. I feel like this is actually perfect. That's like the one thing I would not delete. I have an idea of what I want to make from this legs, or these legs. This legs. Wow, that was horrendous English. I just realized that we can turn this into like some sort of storage for all of the horse stuff that you need outside. Do you have like mobile data in space? I mean, they have some sort of a connection. But I don't know if that, obviously that's not mobile data. But it works similar, I guess. As in, your mobile data for a big part comes from satellites in space that are then connected to like towers here. So I get, you know, like, I guess maybe if you go to space, you're like closer. It doesn't come from space. Then what are the satellites for? And where does it come from then? What do you mean it doesn't come from space? What do you mean? Oh, for GPS. See, something comes from space. I knew that. Esther! What the heck? Thank you so much for the $50 donation. I appreciate it. YOLO. Hold on. That gets you on the hero board. Let me add you on the hero board. I think we need the white letters here because otherwise you can't see it. I can type. There we go. Thank you so much for the $50 donation. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. What the heck? That rounds it up to a beautiful 2.5K. That is wild. Thank you guys so much. Team No Sense. See, the funny thing is, I realized this the other day. A lot of people that are going for Team Sense are like doing very small amounts when you donate, right? And then it seems like Team Sense, or no, sorry, I'm saying the other way around. Team No Sense is doing big amounts, and then Team Sense is doing like small amounts. But technically, if you donate, like, let's say $100.69, you could put all of that into Team Sense. Technically, you could do that. Like, it's just funny that somehow Team Sense generally donates smaller amounts because it's like they're trying to get the sense in. It's just, I just realized that was like a funny human psychology thing. You want to say that again? Come at me. Come at me. The polls don't matter. Only the total amount matters. Okay. Chat, you hear it. Only the total amount matters. The poll doesn't matter. Hold on. Can I go like this? I can actually. I wanted to get some of this prairie grass. That prairie grass has the wrong color. Why does that look so bright? The thing is, oh, I clicked away horse ranch. I didn't mean to do that. Now my game is frozen again. Horse ranch. There we go. We click it again. The prairie grass is technically, if you have it, like it will spread. So your horses will always have something to eat. I can't believe you made me do that. Oh my god. You know how many times I 6-7'd at DreamHack? And I was so embarrassed of myself every single time, but it like just kind of happened. And yeah, it was bad, okay? It was bad. Thank you so much for the 6-7. 6-7. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for that incredible donation. I appreciate that so much. Touche, okay? You did it. You did it for the meme. And I like, honestly, I respect it. Okay, I respect that. Thank you so much for your $67.67 donation to the EDS Society. That's absolutely amazing. Thank you so much. I mean, I had to do it. If you're gonna be that committed to the bit, I can't leave you hanging, you know? Oh god. It's like the new 69. It's like now you have 69 but also 6-7. Like what are you going to do? Which one are you going to do? Because both are actually kind of cool, you know? Or not cool. That's not really the right word, but you know what I mean. Both are meme worthy. Okay, I'm just trying to find all the stuff. We can have the saddle. Hold on. We could actually have like 2 saddles right over here. The NASA badge looks so cool. I wonder if I already have it. I've been there all this time. I don't have it yet. I have so many badges on Twitch. It's actually ridiculous. It's getting to a point. Faye, I respect that. I respect that. Thank you so much for the $2.02, making it $69.69. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Faye saw an opportunity and was like, hold on, I got this. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Also, I realized this entire place doesn't have any windows yet. Oh, God. Again? How many times am I going to accidentally press the Y button and then get stuck with the... Oh, sorry. If you want to know, it's goals. Oh, thank you, Esther. You are so right. Saving the game is, technically speaking, a good idea. 23. See, that's so many. That is so many. Also, yeah, speaking of, oh my God, I actually have to add you to the hero board as well. Speaking of incentives, you are getting added. Oh, hold on. I wanted to do the one with the black letters. I'm so good at remembering all the things I need to do. But look at all of your names on here. No, you're all good. It is 25. I just messed up. I forgot. You actually reminded me with the command. So I've been thinking of this, Esther, and yes, I want to, but I keep forgetting. That's literally what has happened. I've thought about it 3 times now, and every single time I go like, oh yeah, shit, I should add you guys to Tiltify. And then I forget again. But I will do it. I will do it. I should probably write it on my to-do list for tomorrow. Add mods to Tiltify. Because the moment it's on my to-do list, I no longer forget it. Do I give up black vibes for the board? Yes. No, I just noticed that I did 3 white names in a row, and then I was like, oh, I probably need to mix it up a little bit. I read it. I was like, but I understood what you meant. I understood what you meant, and that's what matters. That was, yeah. But hey, sometimes unintentionally shit happens, you know? I also had this. This is such a weird thing, but like, especially if you're online a lot, or I don't know if you guys have this as well, but this is what usually happens for me. Is like I become hyper aware of certain things, right? So like I'm like hyper aware, even though I still fuck up quite often. I'm still like hyper aware of the things that I say or do, or like, I don't know. I try to be aware of like controversy, stuff like that, just to like stay updated to make sure that, you know, at least as much as I can control, not by accident, I support anything that I don't want to support. The thing is, if you kind of train your brain to be that hyper aware all the time, what happens is that you also become hyper aware in situations where it's completely unnecessary, and it doesn't actually make any sense to be that aware. I have a prime example of this. So a friend of mine, Joel, aka Fictional Fates, for the longest time, every single time I watch Fallout, and you have the guy who works for the Brotherhood, they like every single time I see him on screen, I think of Joel. I'm like, you guys look alike so much. You have like the same energy, the same vibe, the same like nonverbal language. It's like very, very similar vibes, okay? I've thought this so many times, but there was a weird situation where my brain would go, are you just saying that because they're both black? Like, even though I knew that was not the case, but I'm like so hyper aware that I don't want to be a bad person that my brain starts to see things in like situations that are not even actually there. So then I was like, what if I say this to him and like he doesn't see it at all? So like I never said anything about it because I was so worried that it was like a bias from my side or anything. Then he posts on his story, should I dye my hair this color? And it was a story of like, it was a photo of this dude with platinum blonde hair. And apparently a lot of people responded to his story like, oh my God, is that you? Did you dye your hair? Like a lot of people actually thought it was him. So he then posted a second story about, haha, so many people thought this was me. No, this is an actor, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, thank the Lord, I'm not the only person who thought this. Because like for the longest of times, I was thinking that for some reason, like I was so worried about being or like having like a prejudice or something that I like my brain went too far. It was a very weird situation. And then I told him about it and he laughed at me. He was like, no, you're all good. Don't worry. We do look alike. And I was like, I know. I just started to doubt myself. Okay. Doesn't make any sense, but that's just what happens in my brain. So yeah, but they do really look alike. And I'm happy that he said that himself as well, because now I no longer feel weird for always thinking that every single time I see this particular actor, because I've genuinely thought it multiple times. Exactly. Overthinking Yippee, for sure. Actually, do I like this? Where it's kind of like there's doors here that open and close. Actually don't think I like it. Totally can't relate at all. No, never overthink. No, exactly, because that's the thing. Like, you can have internalized racism or sexism or stuff like that where you're not even aware of it. So I try to be aware of the things, but then at one point the awareness just turns into overthinking. But like, it's still good to be aware, but I just really needed to sort of call myself to a halt and be like, Ro, no, you're taking it too far. Also, why can I not? Actually, I just noticed that floor is in there, but it's not in here. Why? Oh no, it is. Never mind. Exactly. You start thinking that you're mansplaining even though you're just giving advice because you're like hyper aware of not wanting to mansplain. Also, thank you for cheering me on. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. We do have ads coming in. Esther just did a little uptime, so that reminded me. We have ads coming in about 5 minutes. So in 5 minutes, I will take a short little breaky. But we're actually making really good progress. I think we're definitely going to be able to finish this shell today. I just have to figure out what I want to do with these weird little leggies over here. But I think it should be good. Also, that is actually such a cute emote, like the NASA sparkle one. That is adorable. Imagine having designed that. That's awesome. Ads? What are those? Okay, some of you guys will not see any ads. You guys will just see the BRB screen. And then you can just flex. Cuckoo, what the heck? Thank you so much for the 3031, making it a beautiful round 2,600. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. What the heck? You have literally gone above and beyond. Thank you so much for that incredible donation. Thank you so much. I can't believe that we're already at 2,600. That's just completely wild. That's so much money. That is so much money raised for an amazing cause. I really appreciate it. I actually looked up some videos today that I would love to share with you guys later this month. The thing is, the videos that the EDS Society has are all quite long videos. So I tried to find like some good segments where people are actively talking about experiences and stuff or about research. But there's also going to be a couple of videos that I think I'll just link in the Discord. For example, there's a super interesting like 2-hour long TED talk about the relation between EDS and ADHD. And I'm like, we're not going to watch the full 2 hours here on stream. That's a bit unrealistic, but it is like such a cool story and like such an interesting topic that I do feel like it would be a shame if I don't share it. So yeah. Stuff like that is what I found today, and it's really cool. They have like a whole YouTube channel with so much information on it. They have a lot of videos. And I selected like a couple of segments that we can watch throughout the month. I might actually try to watch one today with you guys, depending on how long we're busy with the shell, but I actually think that should be pretty doable to actually watch one today. Because I think we'll have some time at the end of stream, because like most of the videos are a bit longer than the Movember ones that we used earlier. Also, how do you guys feel about the giveaway during the break time? I have a little cheeky little giveaway for Starsend Island, which is a brand new game that came out. It's a farming sim. It is similar to things like my time at Portia, Coral Island, Stardew Valley. Different vibe, like different graphics though. It looks really cozy actually. And there is a bunch of people that I've seen streaming it, and it actually looks really nice. So I think it's right up your alley. I think you guys are really gonna like this one. And yeah, I have a code for it. So it is Windows only. That is true. That is true. That's a good shout. I did check this time around. It is for Steam and it's Windows only. But it's a Steam code. I did get a bunch of codes for Apple as well. But unfortunately, there's just a lot of games that aren't available on Apple. So I really wish that I could have gotten it. But yeah, it's I will have more codes. I also got 5 codes for a game we're gonna play next week, and I got 5 codes for the Loftia closed beta. So that means that I actually got a bunch of extra things. So that means that on some days I'll actually be able to do 2 giveaways, and I'm gonna try to do all the Loftia giveaway keys before the actual beta starts, because the closed beta is a limited time event. It literally only starts on 22nd of April and it runs until May 5th. So there's like a limited time that you can play, which means that I'm going to try to do all the key giveaways before it. I will do one through Instagram as well. And I will keep one for the first stream that we're streaming it ourselves. Is it May 6th? Oh, sorry. Could that be time zone dependent? Because I think for me it says May 5th. But I actually don't know what time zone you're on. But it could have been May 6th. Maybe I'm just misremembering. I thought it said May 5th. But at least around that date. So still very limited time. But it might be May 6th. I can check as well. But yeah, I'm gonna confirm and I'm gonna start that giveaway. Then you guys can all enter during the break time. And then we're gonna pick a winner when I'm back. We're gonna pick a winner. Actually, now I'm curious. Well, I have so many Discord groups. It's getting to a point of I don't know where to look anymore. I cannot speak anymore for anything. Oh, May 6th. It does say May 6th. So I just remembered wrong. I don't know why I remembered May 5th. And if it's 2 p.m. PDT, that's even May 7th for me. But yeah. Enjoy entering that giveaway. The ads have started, so I'll take a quick 5-minute break and I'll talk to you guys in a little bit, okay? Hello. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. Also, Esther, thank you for setting a timer. I love that. You hella fast? I mean, I just sit here and then I'm just like waiting for the ads to be over, and I'm like, okay, I can game again. I was like, I still have tea. I have my whole cup of lemonade. I don't have to go pee. So like I stretch and then I sit down and I'm like, okay. I don't think you did that yet. I don't think you did that. And otherwise you just did it twice and that's also fine. I mean, if that is not a daily occurrence, I think we're good. But how was your guys' break? Did you guys have a good break? Also, I'll let you guys enter for a couple of more minutes because I know that some people might have missed it before. If you're hanging out here and you want to join a giveaway for Star Sand Island, you can do so right now. Just to add some more queen. I love that. I love that. But yeah, if you want to enter a giveaway for Star Sand Island, you can do so right now. Let's actually add some horses on the wall here. Ooh, enjoy playing The Sims, and good luck with studying tomorrow. I hope it goes well. Sure, Ro. I hope it goes well. I don't know what's up with my speech in the past few days, but it's been terrible. I love your sound command so much, Esther. It's so like gentle. See, the thing is, I feel like if I add this in here, that would make sense. But then what do I add in the back? Like, I almost feel like we can use that space and make it accessible from the outside. I just don't know exactly for what yet. We love speech impediment, bro. I actually have a friend of mine. Maybe some of you Dutchies might have seen this because it went very viral. There is this Dutch creator. Her name is Shaban, and she she actually made a TikTok where someone commented on her video, one of her videos. She's like a painter, and commented on one of her videos like, "I love the speech impediment you have." And then she responds, she's like, "I don't have a speech impediment. I'm just Dutch." It's like, I think that went pretty viral. Like, I don't know, half a year ago or something like that. Maybe a year ago, but it keeps returning to my timeline every now and then. But yeah. She's wonderful, by the way. I met her at an Xbox event at TwitchCon 2 years ago. She's very nice. She is very, very nice. She actually is streaming on Twitch as well. I think she recently got back into Twitch streaming. Okay, I might still add this one over here though, because I think it fits a little better. Okay, now the vending machines look like built in. Also, Lenny, hello. It is good to see you. How are you doing? I hope you're doing so well. I hope you're doing so well. Okay, but if we want to make this accessible from the outside, I'm going to have to move my landscaping a little bit. And then again, I don't even really know what I'm going to use it for just yet. But I don't know. Let me think. Because it's like, it's super narrow, so it doesn't make a lot of sense to like envision, I don't know, a horse going in there or something. So it would just be like a space for humans. So what do we put in there? Also, I need to get rid of some of the train paint back here. You're doing good today. I'm happy to hear that. I'm also doing good. I am very much enjoying the shell challenge, actually. I like how it's not a shell challenge that's like super difficult. Maybe also, yeah, the thing is this is like basically in the space where the horses are, so it's not really where the public is. I like that idea though. I like having the vending machines outside as well. I do like that train of thought. So maybe I will add like one vending machine back here. So you can exactly do what you just said. Like you can always get stuff even if the vet clinic is closed. Because that part is also on underneath a roof, right? A small break room. I guess we could add something in there. Oh, definitely. Sims will definitely get here. I mean, they can just walk through. That should work fine. But I just like the idea of it being a little bit more realistic, if that makes any sense. Also, there's like a bunch of decor stuff I haven't really used just yet. Let's actually sort on cats and dogs. And because I've very much focused on horse ranch so far. But maybe we can actually find stuff also in my first pet stuff. Dare I say my first pet stuff? I don't know if I can even find it. Hello? Am I blind? No, it's right here. Also, Grey Giant, welcome in. I hope you're doing well. It is nice to have you. We have some leashes here that I think we might be able to... Oh. There we go. Have them be toilets. Yeah, but I already have toilets. Thank you, Lenny. Thank you. Thank you. I'm so happy with my hair. Like also over the weekend when I was going to a concert, I was like, oh my God, my hairstyle actually works. I still have to get used to it a little bit, but I'm so happy with the fact that I cut it. Because I was so done with the long, I don't know. It was just not looking, I mean, it was healthy, but it was just not doing its thing anymore. Also, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Welcome in. I hope you're doing well. Oh, that's actually a good reminder. Let's say that this is your last chance to enter. If you want to join the giveaway for Starsend Island, feel free to still type ! enter, and then I'm going to draw a giveaway in a couple of seconds. Or let's say couple of seconds. Because it's been running for a couple of minutes already. Actually, I'm finding other things that I don't really need right now, but I do like that light. So while I am debating what I want to add in those little leggies, I'll just add some lights here and there. Okay, I see some final people entering. Let me grab the giveaway. I am going to close the entries. Can we get some drum rolls in chat? Also, hi, Curious. Welcome in. It's good to see you. I hope you're doing so well. Let's go. So, the winner of a copy of Starsand Island for PC is... Thomas! Congratulations! You won! You did! I love your own surprise. You're like, what? Huh? I won? I'm gonna send you the code. Hold on. I hope you enjoy. I hope you enjoy. Ah! Chat, don't scroll. Because I need to whisper. I send it to you in whispers. Also, yes, I know that's not how you say whisper, but it's just too funny to say it that way. Also, thank you everyone for joining that giveaway. I appreciate it. If you didn't win this time, fright not. We have a whole bunch more giveaways coming for the rest of the month. Also, Esther, thank you so much for the 140 stream streak. Whipster. Let's not say whipster. No. Let's not say that. That's actually a good shout. You know, good point. Okay, I'm trying to see. There's like a bunch of crates that, oh my god, not again. That is quite literally the third time in one stream. Hitster or hipster. Oh yeah, I can see that. I can see, not wedding venue. No, I don't want to turn this into a wedding venue. I want to turn this into a vet clinic. Imagine this being a wedding venue. We could use like one of them for some storage. Is that clipping anywhere? No. Also, this vet clinic is right now, it looks like it's very focused on horses, but I mean, technically you can just go here with your with any pet, basically. I hate how that rotates and there's no way I can fix it. My Easter was really good. It was very nice. I mean, today I just worked, so today was a normal day. I didn't really celebrate anything or anything today, but yesterday was nice. I had an Easter brunch at my parents', and yeah, it was chill. I just had to catch up on also thank you so much for the 30 stream streak. Let's go. I needed to catch up on laundry yesterday because I was also out of the house the entire Saturday. And I keep promising myself that I'm not going to do this anymore. Like, I shouldn't plan my weekend having like stuff to do both days. And every single time when I do it, I'm like, oh, because then I just don't have enough time to do all my stuff. Was on their wish list and due to family sharing, they can play it as well. Let's go. I'm so happy. I'm happy that you guys all get to play it now. And also, that is awesome. I did not know about the family sharing thing. But that's pretty neat. That is pretty neat. Okay, the question is, do I actually want to use this particular light? Because I do like it, but I don't know if I like how it lights up the space. Actually don't like it. You can play things your partner owns. You just can't play at the same time. Oh, really? Wait, that's so nice. I mean, Scott doesn't do PC gaming. Does that work across platforms? That's so cool. Yeah, because look, so thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. The whole shell is a zebra. If you do, hold on. If you do with the link you can see what it looked like before, but it's basically a zebra, so it has 4 legs and a tail and a body and a head. And then I realized what better to make it into a vet clinic if it's a zebra. So it's technically a vet clinic for horses or zebras. 1990. That's crazy. That's so many games, Thomas. It's just Steam. Ah, okay. Fair enough. Well, then I guess I would be sharing all my games, but I wouldn't really get anything in return, unfortunately. But because he doesn't have any games on Steam because he has an Xbox with a Game Pass for now, because Game Pass used to be affordable, but you know, that's changing too, so who knows? Who knows where that's going to go? Hold on. Sorry, I just realized that that photo is not public. I got a share request. I was like, huh? Why is that? That's my fault. I love how I added it to the command and then I just didn't share it with everyone. There we go. Now, if you click the link, you should be able to see it. But I checked. It's 9. Then it wasn't a joke. Okay. Then it was just almost reality. That, how do you have that many games on Steam? That is wild. 986. I'm actually like, so it was like $5 to $10 for games off, but then still, that's so many. That is so many. Ton of indie games from that time. I love that though. That's really awesome. But have you also played all of them? Don't even know that many games. True. I also don't think I know that many games actually. I know a lot, but I don't think that many. Of course, I don't know. Maybe you're very dedicated and over time you continue to play all of them. I wouldn't know. I would not know. I'll add an aircon into the little apartment side of things. Now I need to think about the guys that were on call together, streaming too, I guess, and say how much money they. Oh yeah, I've seen those. I've seen those on TikTok where they're like talking about how much money they think they've spent on certain games. And then they are so shocked. Yeah. On Steam, you can see it on your profile. Wait, now I'm actually curious. Also, hi, Hollow. It is good to see you. 55 is also quite a lot. I don't know if I want to know, actually. I'm going to my Steam page right now. That is still so many games, Thomas. Holy shit. On my profile, it says 62. Holy shit. But to be fair, it recently went up with a lot because I shopped a couple of times on sale, but also I actually got a lot of game codes recently from game companies because I told my management, I was like, "Hey, I made this video about cozy games releasing this year. Could you like keep an eye out for any of them releasing and potentially getting me a code?" And they've been taking their job very serious. So I got so many game codes. So now I'm kind of like, that's really nice, but there's also a lot of game codes that I like of games that I will just play eventually. Also, Talk, welcome in. I hope you're doing well. It is nice to have you today. I'm still unsure what to add into this little corner. I mean, I guess we could just add like a litter box. Fia, thank you so much for the $10 donation. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. What the heck? Thank you so much for wanting to donate $10 to the EDS Society. I appreciate that a ton. Thank you, thank you, thank you. What the heck? Also, it's good to see you. I hope you're doing so well. I just want to use all your games. Hold on. I think the other color of these might look a little better. See, I figured if we have a litter box there, then like you can technically also have cats come in here and you can clean that if needed, which is actually kind of useful. Because if you want to have this be a functional vet clinic, then having stuff for cats and dogs in here is kind of nice. So I'll also add some toys. Actually outside, I think, like a little toy box. And I can also have maybe a cat tree. I think. Do I like that over there? Maybe I just go for a little smaller one. Just like a little more practical. No, you can unfortunately not really treat horses in The Sims. So you can have horses be here and you can use this as a training ground. So you could like visit this lot with your horse while it's also running as a vet clinic. And then you can use this space to go like do horse training or to, you know, kind of just put your horse for a while. And so like technically your vet can have horses and bring their horse. But yeah, I really wish that you could do treatment for horses as well. But I understand why not. Like I understand why they kept it out of the game, because obviously that would add a whole bunch of animations and stuff that needed to be created, which just makes things more complicated. But I don't know. I would have loved to see that. I think that would have been really fun. We can also have a crow. Super random, but I mean, there's a whole bunch of other things that technically we could just add to this lot. Like we could have the butterfly thing, the butterfly cage, and then you could technically also collect butterflies and put them in here. That's actually kind of a cute idea. I like that. Like I might as well just add it over here. Just because I feel like if you're going to play on this lot, it is one of those things where it's just very useful to have these additional things. Would definitely be animals I'd love to keep as a pet. I feel like it's so interesting because I know so many people who really love ravens or crows. And I'm like, it's so interesting because I don't think I've ever thought about them that way. I just am like, oh, bird. And then I move on. But you're definitely not the first person who said something like that about a crow or a raven. It's just interesting. So interesting to me. Yeah, they are very smart. That's one thing I do know. They are very smart. Okay, let's actually put some feeding bowls here as well, so that if you're at the vet and your cat is, or your cat or your dog is like hungry, you can actually feed them. Also, let's save. Also said he wants one. Maybe like is it considered like, how is it considered to have crows or ravens as pets? Like I know for certain animals it's considered animal abuse if you keep them as a pet. They do feel like they have magic. I have to agree with that. Wait, that is actually really cool, Kairos. We have like 2 ravens, I think, somewhere in the trees close to me. Okay, so then this is just like simple storage, which actually makes sense. This is just a space for the cat litter box, which I also think it makes sense. We have spots for the dogs. We have a spot for the cats to sleep. We have some pet bowls sitting here. I think we have like everything. We can do surgery, we can check in the pets, we can do the medicine, we can do the checkups. There's bathrooms. So I think that just leaves this little part, which is the apartment. By feeding them daily at the same time, and they'll see you as a friend. Wait, really? That's actually cute. That is actually pretty cute. Hold on. I just need to grab my lemonade. I also feel like the person who lives here would probably have um a little pet as well, like a Whiskers. Um Really? They will hold a grudge and tell all their friends? Oh, they're petty animals. I love that. Where to start? That is a valid feeling with a shell challenge. It was amazing. I do feel like crows can do that. I believe that. Okay, so I would ideally have a little shower in here. There we go. Because then we can put a maybe like a little kitchenette and a bed. And then this is like a little functional side apartment. So that if you're because I know in The Sims, if you're running a vet clinic, you will run out of time permanently. Like you're always going to be so busy, and it's going to be so nice if your sim can just sleep at work, aka technically just live at work, but obviously in The Sims that is not really allowed. Like the game doesn't allow you to actually live at your job, but we can pretend. We can pretend that it works, and then your sim just never goes home. I don't like that shower. I actually want to use this one because that feels sensible. And then I want to have, and literally all other crows in the area will know that is wild. That is so cool, though. Good on them. Good on the crows for uniting against humans who are harmful to them, as they should. Because let's be real, you shouldn't harm animals. So, you know, I'm actually kind of proud of them for holding grudges. Okay, I'll see if I'll actually have the space to keep the hamster there. I might have to move the hamster somewhere else. I would like to have it though. Technically, I could just move this door over here, and then I think the hamster could go over here. I think that works. I think that functions. Yeah, that's maybe a little better. Because I am definitely going to need the space. You know what is perfect? I haven't used this in a very, very long time. But you know what is absolutely perfect for this space? This thing. I mean, I know that technically your Sims can die if they use it. So you got to be careful. But if there was ever a space to use it, it's definitely this. Exactly. Sims always die. I know. But I'm going to take the risk anyways. It's from the Tiny Living pack. It will like fold open. Is that a vet's office machine? Yes, this is a vet clinic. It's a fully functional vet clinic. And then I'm trying to make like a teeny tiny apartment for my sim so that when they're staying at work, they can also I don't know, take care of themselves a little bit. Let's actually use the horse ranch counters because I do like those. And then I really would like to have a sink. And let's do a little curtain here as well. Because this is basically like their only big apartment window. Which I like, but I like the idea of also being able to put the curtain down. Tiny Living does have some cool stuff. Although this is not from Tiny Living. All the vet machines are from Cats and Dogs. The bed is from Tiny Living, sorry. The diagonal corner, the door to the apartment floor is not right. What do you mean? Oh, you meant the Murphy bed. Okay, okay, okay. In the vet clinic. Yes. Yes, I didn't take it off. Although I'm very excited to take it off at the end of the day, but I was liking the look. Also, Julie, welcome in. I hope you're doing well. um Oh, I know. I cannot fix it. I've tried to fix it, but it doesn't allow me to rotate it. Look. This is literally I can't do anything about it. Speaking of a Sims glitch. I mean, I could rotate the whole floor in the whole thing, but then it's still not perfect. I mean, it might be a little bit better, so we can still do it. But yeah, it's very weird. I don't know why it does it either. Because I just filled up the whole room and it does work on all the other diagonal pieces, but I tried to fix it and I was like, this doesn't work, and then I kind of gave up a little bit. So I was like, ugh, this is frustrating. Okay, let's actually get a fridge and a microwave. I don't think I'll put a stove in here because that's just not super realistic, I think. To have like, because technically this is like their office space, right? So hold on. Let's actually maybe put that fridge. Yeah, that conflicts with that. Okay, so that doesn't really work. The thing is, I do need the counter space. Although I think technically they can prepare food on that counter space. After I got my PC, I re-downloaded The Sims and I said to my brother, this is going back to... Yeah, it is. It is like going back to a toxic ex. That is very true. No, I totally agree with you, Haley. Diagonal walls in The Sims are diabolical. For like no reason. They are way more complicated than they should be. It's very annoying. Okay, I wonder, can I... Okay, no, I can actually not put a chair. Okay, so we don't have a choice but to go for a single tile desk and then rotate it. Or we could go for a single tile table, maybe even. Is this The Sims Lo-Fi? No, it's not, is it? No, but it sounds like Sims Lo-Fi. Have you guys heard The Sims Lo-Fi? It's very nice, actually. I was surprised with how much I liked it. Oh no, Lenny. Not losing your password. Can you reset it? I mean, I guess you can, but like, do you want to go through that effort? Is that how badly you want to play The Sims? I guess is the question. Let's get a laptop here. Because also, like I said, this is also their office. And like living, not like it's a living space that's doubling as an office. I really wish I could add this like this, but then the bed can no longer open. But I hate how this looks. I don't know. It just doesn't look good in my opinion. Yes, use a password manager. That's actually a good shout. There's so many out there. Also lots of free ones. Add a half wall. I could. That could help potentially. I'm now going to try to do this with like a taller desk. So that it is a bit more separated. I do already like that a little bit more. One of the dividers that comes with the pack. Wait, we could also bring in this divider thingy. Don't remember who. It wasn't me. I only talked about Proton Mill. Oh, that's infuriating. That wall goes in such an inefficient space. Really? Why would you avoid LastPass? I moved from LastPass to Proton, but that was mostly because Proton was working with me, so I decided to use their manager. But like, now I'm curious. Do you have a bad experience with LastPass? Also, hi Pauline, welcome in, and Jennifer, welcome in. It's really good to see both of you. I hope you're doing so well. Okay, I do actually like the look of this, and that works. That works with the bed opening up. So they have their little corner. Not the notes URLs. Oh, typical. Yeah, that's not great, huh? Okay, that's a valid reason not to avoid them. I mean, I assumed that it would be a valid reason, but I was just mostly curious. Okay, let's keep some books in here as well. I think the divider is a good shout. It just helps space up the whole situation a little bit. I would like to get the cork board. But we got like a new one with one of the events. I think that could actually be really cute on the wall here. Just like some little notes and stuff they want to remember. We can have those bags hanging on the door. Let's see. Where is that little... We have this one as well, but I don't know. That's a little bit too bulky. It was a reward event. To be fair, I always lose the cork boards in this game. Because one would assume that you can find them in wall decor, but for some reason they're not here. 9 out of 10 times. Actually 10 out of 10 times, because if they're not here once, they're not going to be here ever. Yeah, the magnet board, that's the one I mean. Sorry. I'm looking for the magnet board from the reward event. Also, hi Triz, welcome in. It's good to see you. I hope you're doing well. In activities, see, there is that's a place I would have never ever 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 looked. Oh, that's also where the cork board is. Oh. See, what I would not look there, even though it is technically part of activities because you can do the postcard collection. And I think with the corkboard, you can also find a pen pal. I believe. Hold on. I don't see the magnet board though. Am I blind? I see that one, but that's not the one I'm looking for. I think I'm blind. I mean, I'll grab this one because that's also nice, but you can filter by events. What do you mean? Oh, it's not in this category. That explains. It's also not here. Oh, we can have the old phone. That's kind of funny. I want to have that. I found it. Little magnet board. There we go. There's so many pretty things that I unlocked and like so little of it that I want to regularly use. I refuse to search in this game because every single time I try to search, my game freezes. And 9 out of 10 times, shit doesn't have a sensible name. So me and searching are not friends. I try to avoid it at all cost. It is super annoying. It's probably part of build buy, so I can't really blame The Sims for it, but yeah. Okay, so now we have a desk. There's a bookcase. I hope they can access this. We have a little magnet board. We have the phone. Kind of feel like the phone should be here, though. I don't know why. That placement just makes more sense to me. But then I might want to put this over here. We have our bags. We have a shower. Yeah, the names of so many things are so unlogical. Like, it's actually kind of frustrating sometimes. We have a super tiny kitchenette with a kitchen and a microwave. That means that you can have microwave meals and quick meals. You can clean your dishes. We have a bin. Hold on, where did I put the bin? We have a bin over here, so if your sim needs to throw away, they can throw away stuff. They have a bed if they want to. Oh, you know what I would like to add? Oh, but then I need to move this magnet board, actually. I kind of wanted to add, like, one of the small TVs. Like, there's this one tiny TV from Get to Work. Where is it? This one. Okay, then I'm gonna have to move everything around anyways. I actually don't know if that blocks that chair, but like I had the idea that your sim can technically sit on the sofa and maybe watch something with that TV on the wall. They can also sit underneath it to do some work. I think this should work. I think your sim can actually watch TV here. And then we'll just have this over here. That's fine. I think that works. That is like, do you test your builds? Never. I probably should, but I'm just too lazy. And I am personally of the opinion that if you download my build and it doesn't work, you have the power to adjust it, you know? Like you can just change things to make it work. And that's that. So yeah. I remember seeing this when I just started streaming. There was this huge discourse on Twitter of like people being really entitled to Sims builders. This was people like really getting super angry that Sims builds weren't play tested, even though this was also from builders that do not build for gameplay. Like I would say that my builds are a little like I would say like 70% of my builds are for gameplay and 30% are just because I like building and I just want to decorate for like fun things. But there was like this whole group of people being so incredibly entitled to other people's time. And they were like, yeah, and if you're a builder of The Sims, the least you can do is play test your builds. If you don't do that, just don't upload your builds to the gallery. Like no one wants your shit. And it was like, it was so rough that I don't know, like right there. And then in that moment, I was like, you know what? I'm just out of principle, never going to play test my builds. It's like, it's such a dumb little thing, but I was just so pissed off on behalf of the builders that were getting attacked. I was like, this is no way to treat anyone. So yeah. I was like, never again. Never again, you know? Also, Wiser Grumpy, welcome in. It's good to see you. And Icarus, welcome in. Did any of you guys sleep last night? I mean, yes, I did. But for me, it's almost time to sleep again. Exactly. Just high pettiness level. Did you sleep, Icarus? Or did you continue gaming? Also, Jojo, welcome in. It's good to see you. I hope you're doing so well. Okay, the last couple of things that I would like to add to this lot, and then I actually think we're done. Yes, good one. Random reminder. Save your game if you're playing The Sims. But I'm just going to add like a couple of trees. Not too many though, because I don't want to over clutter the lot, but I feel like it might be nice to have some trees. And then I do genuinely think that we're done with the build, which is actually really nice. Hold on. I'm trying to figure out where I actually, maybe not there, because the thing is, this is where if you visit this lot, this pathway needs to stay free because this is where you go into the back with the horses. Yes, of course, Fia. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you have some really, really nice sleeps. Thank you so much for hanging out and for your donation earlier. I appreciate that a ton. You just need, I don't think you need to clarify. I think you are whatever you put on the gallery is it's your gallery, it's your page. You don't owe anyone anything. If you want your builds to get downloaded, that's up to you. So like you can add it if it's play tested, so that if people are looking for play tested builds, they can find them, but you don't have to. Like I don't think there's any rules apart from not being a dick and putting weird stuff on the gallery, of course, but other than that, I really genuinely I'm like I don't care. You put on the gallery what you want to put on the gallery. It's no one's business. You slept way too long? Oh. As in like in a non-comfortable way too long? Because that sometimes happens too, right? Where you like sleep for a really long time and then you wake up and you're so groggy and you're like, oh, that was actually uncomfortably long. Oh, wait, but that's really cute. I love that you're crocheting the hearts for a blanket. That's adorable. Okay, so then that tree can go. You've been groggy for the whole day. Yeah. Yeah, that sucks. That's like the non-fun. Like, that's not the great, I've slept and I feel super rested. It's more like the, on what planet am I and what year is it? Exactly. It's like, if you don't like anything, you can change the build. I really don't mind if you download my builds and you change stuff. Like, please, by all means, go ahead. But yeah. I just upload, like, I also so often upload stuff to the gallery that is, like, completely unhinged or unrelated. Like, my shell challenge attempts from the mod shells and stuff. Like, I uploaded them to the gallery because I want to save them for myself. And I don't want to have that on the library because the library is a local file that can get corrupted or can break, you know? So I'm like, I want to have that on the gallery because then it's online. So I'm like, yeah. If people download that and it doesn't functionally, like, or it doesn't function properly, then, you know, they're more than welcome to change things. I think that's fine. I'll just make like a little pathway so it's clear that the horses can sort of like walk around and then enter in here. Let's see. Hold on, because that's was a little bit too. There we go. I like it. I genuinely think that this build is done. I think I've added everything that I wanted to add. It's a super functional vet clinic. And if your sim wants, they can actually even live here. There's like a little apartment office. And there's a bunch of storage in the legs, which is a bit silly. But it has everything you need to run it as a functional vet clinic. It has 2 bathrooms even. This is something where I'm like, this might not work. Like, there is a chance that your sim might not be able to walk around this because there's the sink here. In case that happens, you can just remove one toilet and then move the sink over. Now we have 30 minutes. Well, actually, I don't want to watch NASA, to be honest. But I would like to watch a quick video with you guys now that we have this. We've watched this. I think we can actually watch a quick video from the EDS Society, like one that I've picked today, because we haven't done that at all yet. And then I think after, maybe we can do another level of Hosey, because we have like 30 to 45 minutes of stream left. So we can do another Hosey level. because people were asking earlier, like, if I plan on finishing the game, and I actually really want to play again. So maybe we can do that, because that also is like, it feels relatively easy to do one level, and then if stream ends, it's fine. But first, I would like to watch a video from the EDS Society together. So I'm just quickly gonna grab that link. Hold on. Which one do I want to do? See, there's a lot of videos that I found that are actually insanely good. But the problem with them is that they're like 1 hour long. So I think I might want to do this first one, which is like the most generic video that they have. As in, generic is not really the right word, but as in, it just showcases the importance of the work that the charity is doing. Instead of having like a very specific story from one person. Oh yeah, I'll snooze the ads. Thank you for the reminder. Good shout. Because I think we can, the video is 4 minutes. So then we can watch the video together, talk about it a little bit, and then we can start up the game when the ads are running. That's actually a really good shout. I am going to unmute my browser so that you guys can hear it. I think I'm going to pause the music for a second. And then we're just going to watch this video together. Let me know if the sound of the browser is good. But this is a video called It's Our Time. And I'm not going to give too much context. But I watched it today, and it did like touch me. It was impactful.
You're inside out. I'm outside in. You wear your doubt.
Hold on. So you can't read it if my camera's in front of it. We'll go like this.
Why don't you ever believe me? When will you ever just see? Why don't you ever believe me? Why won't you ever just see?
34 years. 26 years.
6 years.
21 years.
69 years.
22 years.
40 years and 7 months.
5 years.
41 years.
25 years.
7 years.
1 year and 8 months.
23 years and 4 months.
Mama, it says mesh.
51 years, 2 months.
13 years.
30 years.
Take away my
I can share the video afterwards. Yeah.
heal all my bones. Run with me through the pouring rain. Be my stepping stones. Someday you're gonna believe me. Someday now you're gonna see. Someday you're gonna believe me. Someday now you're gonna see.
20 years and 11 months.
20 years.
10 years.
18 years.
Dauert jetzt 45 Jahre.
7 years.
40 years.
23 years.
24 years.
4 years.
Delta I.
25 years.
18 years.
28 years.
7.5 years.
13 years. 16 years.
20 years.
42 years.
17 years. 27 years.
3 years. 42 years.
14 and a half years.
2 years.
5 years.
24 anos.
7 years.
30 years.
16 years. 35 years.
33 years.
16 years.
10 years.
8 years and 3 months.
3 years and 150 days.
4 years.
49 years.
57 years.
32 years.
26 years.
44 years.
21 years, 6 months.
27 years.
53 años.
30 years.
8 years.
38 years.
30 years.
49 years.
57 years.
28 years.
12 years.
24 years.
2 years.
26 years.
40 years.
5 years.
52 years.
34 years and 10 months.
4 years, 10 months.
This I promise you.
I just noticed that last kid is from the Netherlands. It said Netherlands in between. It said 1 jaar. But yeah, I feel like that video. I think the lowest that was named in that video was 1 year 4 months. The longest I heard, I think, was 56, 57, something like that. So, and then like basically everything in between, but way too many times it was in the double digits. Actually almost the entire video was people in the double digits. So yeah, if you come to think about that, almost, was it almost 70? Oh, then I even missed one. 69. Okay. Nice number though. I didn't even realize the 69. Does EDS mostly impact women? Actually, I don't know. I don't know the numbers on that one. But to be fair, I think it might be that women get diagnosed with it more often simply because they go to the doctor more than men will for symptoms like this. I think men push through longer. And also, there is something that, like, it doesn't help with every version of EDS, but with hypermobile EDS, it does actually help if you, from like quite a young age, keep your muscles pretty strong, because that just simply helps with keeping your body in place, literally. So I can imagine that if you look at like societal norms, maybe boys have less issues from a younger age. So maybe they get diagnosed even later, or just never at all, because they might have it, but they might not have like symptoms that are bad enough to go to a doctor. The test you mentioned to diagnose EDS doesn't include all joints, but only, you would have to look that up. I don't know that from the top of my head. I just know that it's a 9-point scale. I mean, I'm pretty sure 9 points. So if you divide that by the half of your body, there's like one that's singular, but then all the others double. So I'm pretty sure it's only your big joints. Yes. Yeah, it could be that due to pursuing the diagnosis, because I know that that's one thing that I've talked about quite extensively with the people from the EDS Society, is that not only is getting a diagnosis really hard, as you just saw in the video, but it's also just very often misdiagnosed or undiagnosed. So the numbers that we have about diagnosis are skewed. Like, it's hard to be like, okay, so this many people are diagnosed with EDS, so it is, like you're saying, like expected 70 to 90% is female. That could simply just be wrong data. As in, because it hasn't been extensively researched and extensively diagnosed, and there's like still a lot of people that get diagnoses like chronic fatigue, even though it could be EDS, stuff like that. It's really hard to put an exact number on it, if that makes any sense. So that is one of the reasons why it would be extremely helpful to have more research into it. I do think that it is very likely that, like you're saying, like at least more than 50% would be women, which only adds to the challenging narrative of women very often already not being taken serious within healthcare. Specifically, if we're talking about women of color or any other ethnicity than the place that they're living. Specifically when we're talking about people that have maybe like are speaking a different language. When we're talking about women that might be just in general women, but also women with disabilities like pre-existing disabilities. I think very often they don't get taken seriously at the doctors. I mean, I already experienced this myself, and I know that I am in a privileged position when it comes to that. So like, because like I do not have a language barrier. I am highly educated, so I can, you know, I can understand quite a lot of the language that they're using when I go to the doctor, which makes it way easier to advocate for myself. I am a white woman, so that also means that I have a huge privilege in that. So if it's already challenging for me, I can only imagine how much more challenging it gets when you have other things that contribute to that situation. So I think that when you add on to that, EDS is already something that is very often overlooked, misunderstood, not put on the table. I think a lot of people that have EDS, if you talk to them about their diagnostic journey, they'll talk to mostly about being really frustrated of not being taken seriously. So this is something that just needs to be solved. Because it shouldn't be that hard to get a diagnosis for something you just have, and that you're suffering from. Because a lot of people are also suffering invisibly. Like, it is an invisible illness. People can't see that you have it. Whereas like, I think this is something that I've heard a lot of people say, and this doesn't just go for EDS, but like any other invisible illness as well, or invisible disability, is if you have it, sometimes you wish it was visible. Like, obviously you don't wish to be in a wheelchair. Like, it's not like you're actively wishing for that, but like sometimes you wish it was that visible, because then it would make it so much easier to explain to people, and people would so much quicker like actually believe you. At the same time, this is something that does improve a lot. I have definitely noticed this, not always, but when I got my EDS diagnosis, I realized how much more serious people took my issues now that there was a formal label for it. So yeah, it's like a diagnosis can really change the way that you're heard about your symptoms, by doctors, but also by people in your own environment. But as you could hear in this video, it takes the average person an incredibly long time, which, as you can imagine, also takes a lot of energy from someone. Like, it takes a lot to go through. I don't know, let's say like, I'm taking like a general average out of thin air from that video, but let's say it's like takes somewhere 25 to 30 years to get a diagnosis. Going through 25 or 30 years of diagnostic process to continuously advocate for yourself, to have to hear so often that you it's probably in your head, it doesn't really, like, you're just being a crybaby, whatever, like all those things. It can be really rough to continue to pursue that diagnosis. So yeah, that shouldn't take that long. If I look at my own journey, I don't exactly know what my first, like, if I go back all the way, I remember going to specific physiotherapy as a child because I would have really bad aches in my back and my legs. And also as a child, I would continuously have fights with PE teachers because they wanted me to do handstand, for example, which is something just I cannot do it. It just hurts my wrists so bad to put my entire body weight on just one joint. And as a kid, I didn't have the language to talk to my teachers about it. Like, I didn't have the right words to, like, when I was 4 years old, I didn't have the words to tell my teacher, hey, I do not want to do a handstand because actually when I do that, that hurts my wrists. Like, I just knew I didn't want to do it. I knew that it didn't feel good. So I tried to tell my teacher, I was like, I don't want to do it. They were like, yeah, you just have to. So I very often got into fights with PE teachers as a child. And it was very often labeled as in, she's just lazy. She doesn't want to try. She's just like, she is scared of a lot of things. Like, I was very often labeled as in, she's just too scared to do a handstand. Even though like I really wanted to do it, I just knew I didn't, you know, like I didn't want to do it. Mentally, I was like, I really want to do this. So if I go all the way back to that, I think my earliest experiences with actual EDS problems is 4 or 5 years old. For like the first time going to the doctors for actual pain, I think I was 8 or 9. But at the time, I was definitely like, EDS was not even on the table. Not even close. Because I'd never dislocated anything. So it couldn't be EDS, basically. Like, that was just not put on the table as an option at all. I was told, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. I was told that I had bad posture. Even though at the time I was on a water polo team and I was swimming 3 to 4 times a week. I had incredibly muscular shoulders. Swimming is also one of the best things that you can do when you have EDS to strengthen your body. So, like, there was actually, if you looked at my physical health at that time, there was no reason why I should be having that much pain, because I also didn't have a sports injury. Like, I should not be having those issues as a 9-year-old. But I was sent to what they call Mensadik, which is like a specific physiotherapist specialized in posture and like training your core muscles to like sit up straight and stuff like that. But no one ever cared to think that I didn't even know how to use my core muscles properly, because I wasn't taught. And my body naturally doesn't know how to do that. So, yeah, it was like really, that didn't help, obviously. I felt very unheard and very unserious, like not taken serious. I was like, okay, well, apparently my pain is just, it's my own fault, bad posture. So I ended up just kind of, giving up. And then I got a lot of urinary problems, which I also didn't know could be part of EDS until very recently. When I was like 13 to 16, I would say. So like for 3 years, I had a urinary tract infection basically every month or so. Also, I saw a self-care check earlier. I had so many UTCs. It was terrible. UTIs, UTCs, what? UTIs. I had so many UTIs. It was terrible. I had eventually even a kidney infection. I was in the hospital for a whole weekend when I had mono, which like infected my bladder and my urinary system so badly that I had to stay in the hospital for a whole weekend. Was not fun. So like looking back, all of those times EDS was not on the table. Then for a while, it actually went better. I didn't have that many problems until I would say I was like 21. And then I got a burnout, which actually got paired with a lot of physical pain that a lot of people were like, no, but that's just part of your burnout. No one cared to think as to why a burnout hurt that much physically. Like okay, interesting. No one was like, there was no signs. I found that very weird at the time, but sure. So I kind of just brushed it off as well. I was like, oh, surely that then must have been my burnout. And then it wasn't until I think personally what like triggered it to be really bad was that I got COVID. No, but you can get psychosomatic issues. So if you're not doing well mentally, your body can actually also start to have issues. So they were just like, it's psychosomatic symptoms. Looking back, to a degree it was, because actually if you're not doing well mentally, EDS flares up like hell. There is definitely a mind-body connection. I'm not like denying that, but it shouldn't have been that bad from just a burnout. So like unfortunately didn't get taken seriously. And then I got COVID. And then after COVID, I just never properly recovered to the point that I was before. It was like COVID sort of ignited a lot of my symptoms that were already there. So I don't think I have long COVID or I got it or anything because of that. I genuinely just think it was kind of like the trigger that pushed my EDS symptoms over the edge to be so serious that I couldn't ignore them anymore. Also, it's just part of aging. Your symptoms get worse as you get older. So it got to a point where I was like, okay, I really have to start looking. And then I finally started going specifically to doctors for the pain that I was experiencing in like my shoulders, in my legs, in my stomach. And then it still took, because then I was like, so that was 2020. So that's 6 years ago. I got my diagnosis in the end of 2023, I think. Yeah, because I did my rehab in 2024. So I got the diagnosis in November 2023. So it took still, even after all that time, after all of those stories, after like literally being in the hospital, going to multiple doctors as a 13 to 15-year-old, it still took until I was freaking 20, right before I turned 27, 26 to get a diagnosis. Like from the earliest symptoms I can remember, which is like 4 years old or something. So it took like, let's say 22 years. But if you start from the moment that I actually started actively seeking help, it still took 3.5 years. And the only reason I got it at that point was because I asked my doctor about it, because I started doing my own research. Because otherwise, I think it would have taken way longer before even anyone would have suggested EDS. So yeah, that's crazy. And I know that I shouldn't like downplay my own symptoms or downplay my own situation, but I am in such a lucky spot when it comes to my EDS. Like I have never had a dislocation. I have never had any severe bleeding. I have never had any like really big issues. Like I deal, and I'm not, again, not to downplay my own symptoms, but it's like there's people that have it way worse than me that wait even longer, that still have that waiting time of like 22, 25, 30 years. So yeah, that is one of the reasons why I really want to do this fundraiser, to raise awareness, to have the conversation about it, to talk about it, to, you know, make sure that everyone in this stream and around this stream knows and, you know, use my platform to create awareness, but also to raise money for hopefully a lot more research. Like I said on co-working earlier today, the EDS Society in only the last year has already funded 1.2 million in research. So they are actively investing in research into EDS. That research goes towards figuring out, you know, more treatment options. They go towards figuring out how to improve the flow of diagnosis. There is like a lot of things that also literally in terms of like better ways to diagnose it. All of those things. So it helps for everyone across the board, whether you're trying to chase a diagnosis, whether you already have your diagnosis, or whether you know someone with a diagnosis. They also use the funding that we raise, for example, here to provide a whole bunch of resources on their website that you can share with loved ones. They make all these videos. They have so many really good long videos on their channel as well, where they talk about all the research they've done. So yeah, I am very happy that I get to do this fundraiser because, like I said, it's very near and dear to my heart. And yeah, I think it's really cool. I think it's really cool that we get to do this and that we've already raised this amount of money. There's a whole bunch of people on the Fundraising Friends team that are also either amplifying this or that they are actually doing a fundraiser later this month as well. So I'm not doing this by myself. There's a team that's also going to fundraise. And that already means literally the world to me. So yeah, you're going to be so prepared for your doctor's appointment. You're going to use all the resources. No, but honestly, like I would really be happy even if there's 1 or 2 people in this stream that from this entire month take something away that can help themselves or can help a friend, or a family member or a loved one. Like that really means the world. And then any dollar that we can raise on this entire month, like literally any dollar that we raise, any dollar to charity is a good dollar, because it can help fund research that's much needed, much needed. So yeah, I just wanted to say thank you all. Thank you all so much for being part of this fundraiser so far. I know that we are literally only 3 days. You're going to slap him with all the knowledge. Going to be like, but I know that it's only 3 days into the fundraiser and we have the whole month to go. And I will not do a TED talk about EDS every single stream. Don't worry. We're also here to, you know, just still have fun and escape, and, you know, just kind of go into our little cozy bubble and just have a chill time. But I do want to talk about it from time to time and just like watch a video. And like I said, there's a couple of videos, where I feel like the topic is super interesting, but it's like a 55-minute long video. So I will share that with you guys in the Discord, I think. So if you're interested in that, if you're hanging out here and you're not in our Discord yet, please feel free to join. I would love to share some more like extensive resources in there somewhere throughout the month. I could also add that to the Notion page so that it can be referred to later. Maybe that's a good idea as well. Because, for example, there is one, it's a video about talking with specifically the overlap between ADHD and EDS, which is something that we've touched upon a couple of times in the stream already, and I think could be very interesting. So yeah, that was my little TED talk. That was my little TED talk. I'm quickly gonna close The Sims. And then I think I want to do one more level of Hosey. I think we can do that. I think we have time for it. Because I think a level of Hosey is like 20, 25 minutes, something like that. And I just really want to do the next one. I might have secretly peeked at Hollow's interior, so I saw the next level and it looks really nice. Uh-oh. I mean, you marked it as a spoiler, so I did it myself. It was all my own fault. I'll just quickly change categories for the last little bit of stream as well, so we're not in the Sims category doing Hosey content. I mean, the game is so good. Like, I've said this so many times already, but it's genuinely such a good game. Like, everything, the aesthetics, the way that the controls work, it's super intuitive. So yeah, I can totally imagine finishing it in one go. Like, if I wasn't going to save it for stream, I would have finished it this weekend. But I really wanted to save it so that we could play it together. Because I was like, I don't want to go over it and then, you know, like finish it by myself. I could have, but... Oh, yeah, this game doesn't work with the game capture. Oh, it does. Oh! Now all of a sudden it does. Let's see if it actually continues to work. It didn't work earlier. Okay, let's resume. So we unlock the tree house. A house where the kids rule. Wait, that's actually adorable. To crochet 2 more hearts. Yes, let's go. That sounds like a really good idea. Oh, I love this. The members only and stuff. Okay, hold on. I think we need to add a new roof. Hold on, my game is a little soft. I want to hear that because the sounds in this game are too good. I finished the shell, yes. About 20 minutes ago or something. I should put it on the gallery. I just realized that I literally closed my game and I forgot to to upload the shell. Oh, do you guys want to hear something insane that I learned today? I'm actually kind of shocked, and I wonder why it is. So I tried to upload my build to the gallery. Did you know that hashtag pack legacy is a blocked term on the Sims gallery? Yeah. Oh. I meant to grab the saw, but... Oh, yeah. Now that is satisfying. Yeah, really. I got like a notification like we cannot upload this because there's a block term. And I changed like everything and it didn't work, didn't matter. And then I could upload it when I removed the hashtag pack legacy. And then just to test, I tried to upload it literally with an empty text box and just hashtag pack legacy. That was all. And then it didn't allow me to upload. And then I tried it without anything and it uploaded. Yeah. I know that Yule's name is also blocked. It doesn't make any sense. Thank you, Esther. Thank you for the uptime. No, well, the thing is, I wouldn't know what blocked term it would contain if I think about it. Because both pack and legacy do not seem like block terms to me. I don't necessarily think it's deliberate, but I do wonder why it is blocked. Oh, this is so satisfying. Whee! Oh, I was just about to say I have one extra, but I was just missing one there. Maybe pack as a synonym for certain parts of male anatomy. I mean, maybe, but that does seem like a little bit far-fetched. I don't know. Okay, let's see. These are the huge things. Oh, we have 2 beds. Okay. We have a little desk. A chair. Another desk. Another chair. One of those chairs that I love those chairs. A little... Oh, this is so cute. Okay, I'm just taking out all the stuff so that I can kind of decide where I want to put the furniture first. This game gave you anxiety? Wait, why? It's supposed to do the opposite. It's supposed to make you really calm and cozy. The colors didn't match your vision. Amber also thought it was stressful. Interesting. That's really funny. As in, I'm like trying to what is stressful about this game? It's so relaxing. Yeah, they do tend to give you a lot of things to hang on the wall. I do agree. Or they give you a lot of tables. But I feel like this game is like the ultimate, like this is maximum relaxing to me. But I can understand that not every person is the same as I am. So, you know, it makes sense. Maybe not for everyone. This feels relaxing. But I love it. It makes my little decoration heart happy. Gravity Falls. Wait, what is Gravity Falls? I don't think I know that. Okay, let's actually get the rugs so that I can put them underneath the beds. That can go there, I think. Best cartoon ever? I've never heard of it. Let's put that on the desk. That's like a jar of things. I don't know what exact... Oh, binoculars! Let's go. A rope. Okay. They are little explorers. I see. I don't exactly know where I want to put all the books yet. So for now, I'm just going to put all of them together. Oh, a boot. I was just about to say, do we get the other boot as well? Convinced you would love it. Yeah. I mean, we talked... Oh my god, it's Miffy! We talked about cartoons before. You guys know my opinion about cartoons. I was so confused that a box emerged from another box. I was like, how did that just happen? Yeah, me and cartoons were not really friends. Where do I put that blanket? Don't really know yet. Oh, a trumpet, sure. Another set of shoes. Hold on. I will put that here for now. Let's get the other shoes. Maybe together with the backpack. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Welcome in. I hope you're doing well. Not a single cartoon. Wait, where did that rope go? Did I just put that in the backpack? I genuinely... Or did it go in the... It went in here. I was like, where did that go? I got so confused for a second. This game does love shoes. I agree, yeah. I would say if there are cartoons that I like, they are more like anime style. But generally speaking, no. I'm not a big fan of cartoons. Stolen from somebody. Okay. I mean, I'm not saying no one gets to like cartoons. I just don't like cartoons. Oh my god, yeah, there's more shoes. Okay. It's just, I don't know. They irk me out. Oh my god, I love all the plushies. That's actually really cute. Wait, a board game? That's cute. Okay, there's so many stuff where I'm like, I don't know where to put it just yet. I have some cards. We can put that on the little nightstand. Like, for example, I liked Totally Spice. It makes a noise. Hee hee. I like Totally Spice. Because the style of that cartoon is something that I felt comfortable with. There's treasures in here. Okay. That was nice. But for example, I didn't really enjoy the Powerpuff Girls. No, but that's what I'm saying. I like anime style. Last Airbender is anime style. So Last Airbender is fine. And I've actually seen it and I love it. I've seen it multiple times. But yeah. As I said. I love Totally Spies. I did not enjoy... also, for example, like one of the few cartoons that okay, there's two cartoons that I watched. And actually they give me that uncanny valley vibes. Very much so. And like as a kid, I felt both uncomfortable and intrigued. My Life as a Teenage Robot, cannot stand it. Please get it out of my face. Same as Phineas and Ferb. Same as Rick and Morty. I used to watch Jimmy Neutron and Fairly Odd Parents. Jimmy Neutron was... yeah. Fairly Odd Parents... I was intrigued enough by the concept. But yeah, no. Generally speaking... Also, there was this one cartoon... My Life as Ginger, I think. SpongeBob? No. No, please no. The Wild Thornberries, as told by Ginger. That's the one. Yeah. No, I hated that. Oh, the Tofus hated that too. Did I just knock over one of the toys? Oh my god. If I, like, drop them... Oh, come on. I want to drop it again. Oh, I don't know how to do that anymore. Robot Chicken, not even heard of it. But it sounds like something I would hate. Okay, I'm just trying to grab, like, all the toys so that I can figure out where I'm going to place them. Because these kids actually have a lot of toys. My goodness. It does sound like Lava Chicken. Oh, they have two walkie-talkies. That's actually kind of cute. Oh my god. Oh, this is the lights section. Okay, let's get all the lights out of here. This room has a lot of clutter. My goodness. Oh, and then they have the posters that need to go onto the wall. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Oh, this is a basketball hoop. That can go up there, I think. Aw, the dream catcher. Wait, that's actually really cute. I will hang that there. I like that. This is such a random item that says exit. I'll put that above the window. I definitely need to decorate though, because I currently made this an absolutely horrendous array of stuff next together. Kim Possible, neutral, in all honesty. Never really watched that much of it, to be honest, which is funny because I cosplayed as Kim Possible, but I never really watched that much of Kim Possible. I mean, I think what didn't help is that as a kid, I had very limited time to watch TV. So I was certainly not going to watch cartoons that I didn't really enjoy. Danny Phantom, never watched it. Never watched it. Cartoons are okay. Yes, but then also the style of the cartoon matters a lot. So if like the story is really good and it's interesting, then I am more forgiving to a bad style. Lame ass jokes, it's also just really not my humor. Like I just genuinely don't think it's funny. Which I guess doesn't help. The Owl House, I've never heard of it. Yeah, Rick and Morty is like really not my type of humor. Oh my god, let me just place the car here. Come on. I wanted to put the cars on the desk, but now I'm starting to doubt my decision, actually. But yeah, I don't know. Cartoons are just not my favorite. But I think that's fine. Like, I've never felt like I was really missing out. Okay, Winx Club, again, I actually like the graphics because it's anime or manga style. So that one doesn't feel like a... I know it's a cartoon, but it doesn't really feel like a cartoon. But Winx Club was one that I really wanted to watch, but I had limited TV time, so I wasn't watching Winx Club, which made me very sad initially. But then eventually I kind of just gave up over it. So I was like, you know, oh, that's an Ouija board. I was like, what is this? But yeah. Like right now, as an adult, I have even less interest in cartoons. Because as a kid, it was kind of like what everyone was watching. So then I felt like I had to also be part of it. But like, I don't even have time to watch the shows that I want to watch. So yeah, why would I watch cartoons? Nothing, because I had limited TV time. Like, I don't think you guys realize how limited it was. There was a TV show that I really liked, Hazanubis. I got to watch that, and that was it. After that, the TV went off, and that was it. And like, if I was lucky, I was home with my dad, and I got to watch a TV show with my dad. Like, he had his day off on Mondays, so whenever I was home with my dad on Mondays, I could watch TV with my dad. So I watched like Star Wars and Indiana Jones and I don't know, whatever documentary he was watching. Hazanubis, listen, that I grew up on that shit. That is the one show that I was like, to my parents, I was like, this is a non-negotiable. I do not care that I'm not allowed to watch that much TV. This one I'm watching, period. I went to the Studio 100 sing-along simply for Hazanubis. As a kid, I went to a signing session of Hazanubis. I had all the books. Like, that show was... I still have all the books. I never threw them away. Het is 10 uur. We weten allemaal wat dat betekent. Over 5 minuten in de kamers. Dan wil ik een speld kunnen horen vallen. Absolute stilte. Yeah, the books. They have books. They were made after the show, though, so it's basically just the same story. But they also have books with, like, the characters and their backstory and stuff like that. So... And then with the clock sound, exactly. Exactly. That just went flying. What the hell? I just tried to pick up that car and, like, place it in a different spot, but... You know what you want your custom sound alert. And then every single time it's time for me to wrap up stream, you can use that. Can I put this... Oh, I can put it on the bed. Wait, that's actually kind of nice. I can put the board games on the bed. Oh. Okay, so I cannot put the board game on... Okay, so then we put that on the floor. Why does that clip so bad with the carpets? That's unfortunate because I really want to put it on there. I've never heard of either. Although Galileo sounds like vaguely familiar. I feel like that one would be really cute on here. And then I have a bunch of candles. Wait, I can put the candles on the suitcase. That's actually kind of... Wait. We have this weird, like, Ouija board. We can put the candles around that to make it a little bit scary. I like that. And then... But yeah, I didn't watch that much TV as a kid. Also didn't play that much games as a kid. My parents really wanted me to go outside. So, I was really good at inline skating. I did that like multiple times a week as a kid. Every day, and rarely was allowed to watch TV on weekends or if I was sick. Yeah. I actually had a very fun discussion with my parents about this yesterday because I was like, yeah, so I have a very vivid memory of watching a certain documentary with my dad when I was really young. And my mom was like, what do you mean? And I'm like, yeah, it feels like a fever dream because we watched it when I actually had a fever. So when I think about that specific documentary, it really does feel like a fever dream because I actually was sick at the time. And my mom was like, what was it about? And I was like, well, and I start explaining this and the entire table at Easter brunch just looks at me like, the fuck? So I very vividly remember this. It was a documentary about a shopping mall. I remembered somewhere in Asia. I ended up looking it up. I now know it was Seoul. So South Korea. There was a shopping mall that collapsed while it was open. It was actually very busy. So obviously a lot of people lost their lives. But one of the people that survived was in the bathroom when the building collapsed. So she actually had access to fresh water for days, which actually allowed her to survive. And she was being interviewed in this documentary. And in the documentary, they did like a whole recap of how this happened, like how this building came to collapse and how that could have even happened. Like I vividly remember the whole story about that it was something in the ventilation system and there were like a couple of screws that were not properly put in the right place. And therefore there was like a rotating ventilation thingy, like the blades were hitting the screws and that was creating vibrations throughout the entire building. Yeah, see, that's the thing. My dad has no recollection of this. He was sitting there yesterday like, I do not remember this. My mom was going like, why would you let her watch that? We looked it up. This documentary aired in 2006. Let's say that it might have taken like 1 or 2 years to get to the Netherlands, but I would have been somewhere between 11 and 13. So this was pre-high school. I'm pretty sure that I wasn't in high school yet. I'm sure that I was sick because this was such a fever dream. I like vividly remember watching this with my dad and like being so like I was eating it up because I was like, what happened? Oh my God. Like I was watching it, realizing that it was real, but at the same time, I don't know, almost not realizing that it was real and like treating it like a movie. But yeah. I watched this and like to this day, this documentary has like stuck with me. It really made an impression. And then I looked it up and I could actually find it. It happened in 1995. Not too long before I was born. So yeah. Watching All Planet Earth. Oh, that's beautiful. I also have core memories of watching episodes from Friends. Because my mom watched Friends when she had mono. And that was also when my sister was just adopted. So she was like 1 year old, very often crying in the middle of the night. So my mom had mono and a baby, which wasn't a great combo. So she would be up in the middle of the night very often. And I guess I was a light sleeper. So I would just wake up from that. And then my mom would be watching Friends in the middle of the night. And then I like sometimes was allowed to watch an episode with her before, like basically she allowed me to fall asleep on the sofa. And then she would, put me back to bed. So I have like very vague memories of watching very random episodes of Friends. Which was a great series for kids cartoons with each episode explaining a different part of the body. I didn't like the blood episode because I used to have a big fear of blood, but I loved the episode on how a baby was made. Yeah. My parents also had these video like tapes and stuff about how babies were made, like the children's version. Was very interesting. I loved watching those as well. Like made and grow up and like how a pregnancy works, how babies are born, how they grow. It was very interesting. Also, hi, Sydney. Hello. Yeah, we played Sims earlier, but then I was already done with the shell challenge and I decided to do one more level. I played a lot of the levels earlier on stream this week and I'm like obsessed with this game. It is so relaxing. Also, I really like this level. This level is super cute. Hold to interact. Now I can't place it back. Dang it. I messed it up. Wait, it's one of those windy cars. Hold on. Wait, that's way too fun. I was hoping that it would fall off. Wait, but that's actually really adorable. I didn't realize that. Okay, that's cute. Maybe then I'll just put 2 of them outside like they were racing cars. And then I'll put the rest back here. Yeah. I like it. I think this room is done. They have like both their own beds and then their own desks. And then they have their little secret Ouija set up right in the middle of the room. I think this level's so cute. I really want to have a treehouse. As a kid, I wish that I could have a treehouse like this. We should take some photos. I want to take a good photo of the little... You know what movie I really want to watch again? I just realized it. Jumanji. but like the original version. I remember watching that as a kid in Scouts. That was fun. Okay, we finished it. We finished that level. I do like help the kids. Now I need to help their father get out of this rough patch. Oh, okay. What is our next level? Ooh, the one in the middle. Ooh, that seems like a very modern apartment. I think I might have seen that on Hollow's screenshots as well, but I kind of forgot. I don't exactly remember. But yeah, we're not going to do that today, though, because I've already gone over stream time just because I wanted to do one more level of Hosey. So yeah, I'm very happy that we got to do that, though. This was a nice, cozy ending of stream. I think we can just continue to do this. Like, we can just do like a level to start and then play another game. I know that the game that we're going to play tomorrow, I do not know how long we're going to need for that game. For the game, for anyone who doesn't know, we're gonna play My Voice Zoo tomorrow. It's a very silly game where you literally walk around and then you have to find all the zoo animals, and then every single time you find one, you get to use your own voice to give them a sound, and then you're walking around and every single time you pass them, they'll make that sound. It's very silly, but I figured that was just gonna be super fun. So we'll just see how much time we need for it. It sounds very chaotic. I was thinking, you know what I want to do? I want to give all the animals like the sound that they make in Dutch, because I know it's different for every language, and I might do baby voice. But for some animals, I'm going to have to look up what they sound like because I genuinely don't know. Like someone the other day asked, have you ever heard a zebra? And I was like, no, I don't think I have, actually. So yeah. We're going to see how this is going to go. I think it's going to be very chaotic. It's also going to be interesting to see what that's going to do with my actual voice. My voice has been actually pretty okay. I was a little bit afraid that today would be way worse, but it's been pretty good. Then you have to guess what a zebra sounds like. You really want to do that to me. Okay, so tomorrow on co-working stream, I'm going to research some animals. I'm going to research some animals and I'm going to figure out what they sound like. I'm going to do my homework. A mix of a donkey and a horse. Yeah, I don't even know how that. Yeah. Okay, I find it hard to. They sound so unreal. Oh, God. Okay, now I really have to look it up. In the meantime, I am looking up who we can raid. Doing just a little scroll of people that are live right now. I have an idea. I think I know where we can go. I have a sub anniversary in one of my friends' streams. They're playing some nice Minecraft. And I think you guys will like that. And I also like that. Also, their chat is, I don't even know what's going on in their chat right now. Silly Suze. Just like giraffes. See, I also don't know what a giraffe sounds like. But I think I might be worried. But yeah, it is time for us to go raid out. We're raiding NASA. No, we're not raiding NASA today. Thank you all so much for hanging out. I appreciate it. I hope you had a lovely time. I'm very happy that we got to finish the show, and I'm also very happy that we got to watch another video, play another level of Hosey, and also that we got to watch the video for the EDS Society. Thank you so much for all the money raised today. I really appreciate it. I'm going to send out the charity emails right after stream. So if you donated today and you redeemed the rewards form, you'll receive it right after stream. And yeah, thank you all so much for being here. I hope you all get some nice rest if you're also going to catch some sleep. And if you are also just going to vibe for the rest of the day, for the rest of your time zone, then I hope you have a wonderful rest of your time zone and good vibes only. So yeah, thank you so much for being here. If you're not in our Discord, I would highly recommend joining in the Discord. You can find my schedule, time zone friendly way, so you can find the community, you can find access to our community Minecraft server, all the important things. If you want to follow me on my YouTube or on my other socials, the links were just posted in chat. You can check out my shop, you can check out the VODs, you can check out the merch, but most importantly for this month, you can actually donate to charity. Please, if you have any dollar that you can spare, any dollar to charity is a good dollar. So if at any moment during this month you want to donate, feel free to use that link. And if you donate, you'll actually get access to all of the giveaways that I'm doing, apart from the game codes, but all of the giveaways that I'm doing for this fundraiser as well. So yeah, thank you all so much for being here. I appreciate you guys lots. And I'll set up that raid once we're on the end screen. Let's see if the credits work now. They didn't work this afternoon. I have no idea why. I then fixed it by going to the Streamlabs website, but now we're going to have to see if it works. But thanks for hanging out. I'll catch you guys tomorrow on co-working or on gaming. But tomorrow's another day with 2 streams. Thank you so much.